Welcome to Live at the Table, an actual play live stream dedicated, focused on critical world building, smart characterization, fun interaction between good friends. I'm your host, Austin Walker. Joining me today, Andy Clare.
Hi, I'm Andy. You can find me on Twitter at Captain Trash, and you can also find me on videogamechoochoo.com where I produce stuff there.
Keith Carberry.
Hi, my name is Keith Carberry. You can find me on Twitter at Keith J. Carberry. You can find the Let's Plays that I do at youtube.com/runbutton.
And Art Martinez-Tebbel.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Tebbel, but don't do it today because it's just going to be wrestling nonsense all day.
Pretty much all day, yeah. So today, Art, there's a link in the chat where you can join this game, this Roll20 game, if you scroll up a little bit.
I was just going to freehand it today.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work. We're playing Primetime Adventures, a game of television drama by Matt Wilson. This is a game that has been around since the mid-2000s, like 2004, 2005. It was like one of those games that Art put in front of me when we were in college together and was like, hey, this is cool, this is indie, this is like doing stuff other games aren't doing, we should play it, and then we never played it. And so I'm going to try to remedy that today and kind of throughout 2018, because Primetime Adventures is a game about a TV show, a TV show that we come up with. The book kind of calls it the greatest TV show that never was, right? Obviously, it's a game that you could theoretically use to play an actual TV show. Like, if you really wanted to do another season of Friends, Primetime Adventures would let you do that. Or another season of Firefly. It's kind of setting and genre agnostic, except for the sense to say that it is about a TV show, and so it is interested in things like who is the most who's the character who this episode is going to be focusing on the most, who's in the A plot, who's in the B plot, stuff like that. Beyond that, it is a pretty similar role-playing game to some degree in that, like, or in line with a lot of things we've played at Live, or that we have hit on in Bluff City or other stuff like that, where we've done like games that have card mechanics to resolve conflicts for conflict resolution, or games that lean really heavily into kind of improv and collaborative storytelling instead of just like, here are what my skill stats are. You need a handful of players. You need this paper here. You need a deck of cards. One player plays as a quote unquote producer. I'll be taking the role as producer for this, at least for this opening bit. Who knows? Maybe 4 episodes down the line we'll switch around. And like I said, we'll kind of revisit this over the course of 2018. I think because part of what it does is it does a season of TV instead of doing just kind of doing a single like campaign or one shot. The thing that it does best is this sort of like seasonal play. And so I have a bunch of ideas for how that can work, even with rotating casts. But the basic premise that I want to go for, and the thing that we're going to work out today over the course of the next couple of hours, is like what our show is, who the main characters are, and kind of what we should be thinking about going forward. And the only thing I've brought to the table as far as premise is, I think this is, whatever we make, is the most popular TV show in Bluff City. That's the only premise thing that I'm like committed to, and I mean that both descriptively and prescriptively, which means we should be thinking about what would be popular in Bluff City, but also we should be thinking, but whatever we come up with is the most popular TV show in Bluff City.
What? So you're saying use Bluff City to prescribe this TV show, but also this TV show's prescribing Bluff City?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
you know what I mean? It works both ways.
Yes.
It's true for a lot of the sort of games that we play to do that.
A couple things. One, do you know that the stream still has the Game Facts page for Kingdom Hearts? Oh, I'm paused.
No, you're paused.
You're very paused.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate it.
Mark, don't be so paused.
I came downstairs to record this with 2 TV show ideas in my head, just like broad genre ideas.
I wrote down a bunch of jokes.
They are not compatible with each other at all.
Perfect.
Unless we make them compatible with each other.
We can.
But
do that
here are the
almost
2
always.
TV shows I'm interested in making in ascending order of how good I think they are. 1, I like cop shows. I'd love to do a cop show. 2, I would love to do a show about running a minor league baseball team, because I've been on wacky minor league baseball teams a lot this week.
Great. I've written both of these down on your thing here. Can y'all each take one of these here? I'm just gonna add names, and then it's gonna be great. Art, that's your premise show page.
All right.
Andy, here you are.
But I'm not pitching minor league baseball cops.
Why?
Unless I am.
It's like the Reno 911 like sequel, right?
But like a little edgier.
Yeah.
Like what's a good baseball crime?
Cheating.
I don't know.
Doping. Those are the two. Those are the same.
Corking the bats. Wait. Corking other players.
Great. Let's like I think it's a good one. Let's just put everything we do have on the table right now, because if anybody else has stuff that we can immediately start thinking about premise-wise.
Art said minor league baseball, and I do like the idea of a sports show, like a live-action sports anime show that Bluff City loves.
Me too. I do like sports. Sports are good, and we've all talked about doing sports shows that we've never actually done. Would it be like a dramedy?
Like a Friday Night Lights, but
baseball,
more dead end. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you get more dead end in that show? I didn't finish that show.
Me either.
Maybe it ends up great.
Me either.
I mean, people like it.
So I like this. I like this as a general idea. I definitely like sports. My only thing with cop shows is we're actually doing a cop Bluff City movie currently.
Yeah.
And it's good for people who are looking forward to the next Bluff City. It's a movie, and it's about action movies, and it's about cops. So okay, I kind of like this. I'm going to read from the book a little bit about what the premise, how to decide on a premise, just so we kind of we create the show. We need a premise, a tone, and a soap. Those are the three big things. The premise is like what the show is about. You should be able to explain it in a brief sentence. Are the characters FBI agents uncovering an alien conspiracy? Are they the crew of a spaceship transporting illegal goods across the galaxy? Are they 1920s gangsters running booze across the border? That's the premise of the show. If we end up like not having extra something, there's like a cool system for drawing cards that can give you like a little bit of extra suggestions, basically, or we just look at their list, their table of potential other ideas. Those are things like court, supernatural, justice, identity, war, etc., far future. If it's a modern day series, one thing we should talk about is like what is too sensitive, what issues are too sensitive, what ones do we want to highlight. If it's like a historical or a futuristic thing, like we should think about what we want to highlight there in terms of setting. And then once we get into like tone and soap, we'll kind of zero in there more. But we should already kind of be thinking about that now that we're talking about premise, because things like who, is this on network TV? Is this a primetime 8 p.m. slot show, or is this an HBO like premium prestige drama? Those will feel different and like are worth figuring out which one we want to do. Does anyone else have any premise ideas?
I have this list of jokes that is basically useless, but
give me that list of jokes. Let's do it. Let's write them.
My awful cat is ruining my life and everyone else's life. The big band jazz ensemble we started is being taken over by a clique of monsters. This group of thieves has to go back to school. Local American pickers. Snorkelers find Atlantis.
You're going really so fast.
So fast? Okay.
I'm at big band jazz ensemble.
You're
monsters.
writing these. Okay.
Oh,
got
yeah.
it. Big band jazz ensemble we started is being taken over by a clique of monsters.
A clique of monsters.
Yeah.
That's just a Monster Hearts game, I think. Taken over by clique of clique of monsters. What else?
This group of thieves decided to go back to school.
Thieves go to school.
Local American pickers.
What's that mean? Why local?
They go to garage sales and it's in Bluff City, I guess.
Oh, okay, but like it could be.
I wrote this earlier, but like it's just like instead of going all over the world, they're like going into people's garages. And,
gotcha. Like
in one town. It's just like a local reality show. Which I don't know if that exists. I don't know if there's a reality show that is like on local TV.
There should be.
Gotta be.
It's,
like public access is basically that in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's fair. Snorkelers find Atlantis, but it's really small.
What is that TV show like? What's episode 2 of that show?
Snorkel? How do you spell snorkel?
SNORKELERS.
Yeah.
These are just episodes of the anthology series I need
Atlantis.
Keith to be the
But
showrunner for.
It's really small. Here's the thing that you're hitting on a little bit that I do really like is the notion of like this is the opposite of baseball show. But I do like I would like a show of like explorers going to places and then it's just like wacky weird shit that they find.
Okay, well then you're gonna like the next two.
Okay.
It's also the last two.
Okay.
Snorkelers find Atlantis, but they're really rude.
Okay.
And then snorkelers find Atlantis, but Atlantis needs to find itself.
How far down do you think snorkelers go?
That's why it's so weird.
Oh, I completely missed that.
Uh-huh.
The original was that snorkelers find Atlantis, but it's really small, and that's why they're snorkelers finding it and not divers finding it. And then I just wanted to use the same language for the next two.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've got. So.
So the actual thing here is like I'm not throwing away baseball. Yeah, I think live action baseball show, minor league baseball team is fun. I like teams. I like that's a good immediate how do we all know each other thing. That's a good series, like TV series focus. But I really do like this weird, like, do you know who the snorkelers are in my mind? They're the local American pickers. Do you know what I mean? Like, and each episode is like going to
That's actually how I got, because this list is chronological and when I wrote it, so I went right from American pickers to their snorkelers in Atlantis.
Right,
so.
Exactly. But also I kind of like, there's also a feeling here of like, Thieves Go to School also feels like there's almost like a Nathan For You vibe from a lot of this, which is like person goes off and does a weird thing that episode, which I'm not opposed to. But also I like baseball. I don't like baseball, but I like sports stories.
Yeah. It's a weird spot to be in for me too.
Oh, I bet.
But I think you would like watch more sports than I think I would.
Maybe.
And baseball's the closest one to one that I would actually watch.
We could always make the Harlem Globetrotters cartoon.
Oh, we could. So do you want to explain to people what that is for people who don't necessarily know what the Harlem Globetrotters cartoon is? Because it's...
Okay, so the Harlem Globetrotters are a team of comedy stunt basketball players.
Uh-huh.
They tour
This is
the
real.
country
Wait. To be clear, that's a real thing. If you don't know that, they were real.
Yeah, they are real. They still exist. You can go see the Harlem Globetrotters at an arena near you, probably sometime this year.
The Washington Generals.
They recently brought back the Washington Generals. For a long time, they retired the Washington Generals and brought in the New York Nationals. I guess, because people hate New York more than Washington. I don't know. And they play basketball. They do all these tricks, and they say it's a real game, but it's not. But allegedly, the Generals won a game once, 30 years ago. But I don't think anyone was there. That's really not important. I'm getting off the topic. But in the 70s or 80s or something, Hanna-Barbera did a cartoon of the Washington Globetrotters. They went and did non-basketball adventures. It was the Harlem Globetrotters out being the Scooby-Doo team, you know?
Yeah,
they had
I think it started with crossing over with Scooby-Doo, and then they were like, these basketball comedy stars need their own detective show.
And they did.
Yeah.
And they did. And it was good. It was fine.
I don't know if it was the real Harlem Globetrotters providing the voices, although now I think about the answer is, of course, it wasn't. Really? You think yes?
What else were they doing? Playing basketball?
You know when they made that WWE Rock and Racing TV show that everyone thought the wrestlers were voicing themselves, but they weren't, and people got really mad about it when they found out decades later.
Well, here's actually, this is better though. Meadowlark Lemon did not play himself. You know who did? Scatman Crothers. So, worked out.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah, that was not a bit I was doing.
And this was in the early 70s, and apparently they did not have a lot of it. They did one season. Oh, 2 seasons. Never mind.
2 seasons.
The second season was a whopping 6 episodes.
How many episodes was the first season? Because cartoon seasons are usually pretty long.
16.
Oh, okay. So
not that long. Yeah. They were Globies on Twitter. Harlem Globetrotters got at Globies.
That's an innuendo for something.
Follow me at Globies.
Who has at Harlem Globetrotters, do you think?
I think maybe it's too long. Maybe.
Who is at Globetrotters though? Like,
probably some sort of travel startup.
Oh, true. Definitely a startup.
Did the Washington Generals get at Washington Gens?
No, I thought you were saying, did the Washington Generals get at Globetrotters?
They got at Globetrotters and are just like tweeting like, we suck.
Yeah.
See, that's the first episode of the reboot of the Harlem Globetrotters cartoon. They got to get the Twitter account back.
God, all right.
Oh my God, what if we do it that way? What if we're the Washington Generals going on crazy adventures?
No, I think the Washington Generals are supposed to be like inherently racist.
So no.
I think that's like the subplot of the Globetrotters is that they always beat like the racist Washington Generals. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Is it?
I think that's what I had heard one time. I've never seen.
I did not get that.
I've never seen a Globetrotters game. This is something that I was told one time, and I have no idea if it's true.
Oh, okay.
I thought that there's supposed to be some sort of allegory to the game itself.
There's a lot of black people on the Washington Generals, Keith.
Okay, that's fair. I've never seen it.
Okay. Oh, but if I look at this image of just okay. I get it. They have bad colors. All right, we're gonna keep moving. I want more on this premise. Like I want, because what we have is if we do sports, we have a small sports team, and I think that that's a good starting place. But it's not quite all the way there. I'm gonna do this deck of cards trick to see what we get as ideas. The producer deals out 2 cards face up for everyone playing the game. That includes the producer. Give everyone a minute or 2 to write down a few ideas that combine 3 of the cards into a premise. So we're gonna have 8 cards dealt out, and I'm gonna tell you what they each are. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to flip them over. It's going to be great. 7, 8. All right. Nope. Stop. Flip card. Flip card. Flip card.
Is this which chart is this?
This
the one on 114?
I'm going to pull it up in a second for the chat. It is the one on no, it's early. It's an early chart. It's on 23. Okay. It's on page 23. In fact, check this shit out.
If I remember correctly, all the good shit's on face cards.
That's not exactly true. I'm not exactly wrong.
Read what those 2 face cards are, and then read what some of the other things are, and what we can.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to get this chart up on the screen for people. Let's add a handout. Choose a file. Let's not have to save this first, I guess. Oh, what did I just do? I just did some shit. I don't know what I did. Let me save this thing. What is this called? What's the wrong pictures folder?
Because like the 8 of what did we get? We got the 8 of spades.
Yeah, can we go over what each of these? No, 8 of clubs is what we got first.
8 of clubs is business.
Well, that's one thing. You can come up with a show about business.
And the king of spades is friends. Friends is better than business.
No, but like business friends is just the office.
Sure. Jack of spades is dystopia.
Dystopia friends is just counterweight.
Yeah,
What about dystopia business friends?
3 of clubs is police/agents.
Well,
we have that on the board already, so.
9 of spades is secret. 9 of clubs is farm. 7 of hearts is honor.
Wait, one more time. Let's go through these and I'll add them underneath here.
All right. 8 of clubs is business. What's the next one? It's 3. It's a 3.
3
right?
of clubs
is police/agents.
Police agents.
What's next?
8 of spades.
8 of spades is hunters.
Okay. King of spades.
King of spades is friends.
Friends, okay. 9 of spades
is secret.
Ooh, secret.
Yeah, mine is just secret cop hunters. I just want to
Jack. of spades.
People who secretly hunt cops.
Dystopia is Jack of Spades. 9 of Clubs is Farm.
Farm
That's good. You got a farm team, and then 7 of Hearts
is Honor.
Okay. So these are all topics, certainly. I want to be clear again for people listening. The premise is not that this is a show in Bluff City necessarily. It can be. The premise is this is the most popular show in Bluff City. So, like, in the 1990s, that show was probably still Seinfeld. But maybe it wasn't, and maybe it was Martin, because Bluff City's like that. You know what I mean? We have to decide that. But also, it doesn't have to be a Bluff City-related thing. The thing is, Cop Hunter is literally the thing we're doing in action movie world for Bluff City right now, so I think Cop Hunter is out, unfortunately.
All right, well, I wasn't briefed on.
Do we want to replace the stuff that we can't use, or
yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. Let's get rid of police agents. I think that's kind of the only one we have to get rid of, right?
Yeah. I don't know how into dystopia we are, but that can just be like a burn card.
Yeah. Tell me about the 2 of Diamonds.
That's aliens.
Oh, all right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Right. All right.
Hell yeah.
Are you with me? Aliens who are undercover on Earth as athletes. As like a minor league baseball team.
I like that. That works
it.
really well with my big band jazz ensembles being taken over by a clique of monsters. So
alternate pitch. Aliens who are local pickers / like Americana explorers.
They're just really like Earth ephemera.
Yes. Great. Thank you, Andy.
No problem.
The Melmac Orbiters. Gordon, no problem, Shumway.
He's got no problem.
You want no problem, big fella. I kind of like the notion of aliens come to Earth, they meet a minor league baseball promoter, or like coach, who wants to protect them because he knows the feds are going to kill them. And so he's like, y'all should play for my minor league baseball team. We go all over the country. You'll get to see America. And also, you'll be protected from the cops who are after you.
Okay, but the antagonist in the show is a Major League Baseball scout who used to be a cop. Like, he's the one. Right. Like, it's not the cops or everything. It's this guy who's like, how do you hit that ball like that? Like,
did he play? Let me pitch this. He played ball for the Air Force in college, and like was part of an elite undercover UFO operation too. And see, he still has those contacts, but now he's just a baseball. He's like a major league scouter or a recruiter. Yeah, scout and recruiter. I'm into it.
I love it.
Let's all right. So premise is the most popular.
Still like solve mysteries, right?
Yeah,
that's still part of it. Okay,
the most popular show in Bluff City is aliens land in America, meet minor league baseball coach who protects them by recruiting them. Are they good at baseball or nah?
Well, they can't be that good because they're in the minors.
Right.
But maybe they have to be in the minors because they can't get caught and there's too much attention.
True. So maybe one of them is like...
Some of them are probably good and some of them are bad, right?
Right, exactly. By recruiting them to his team, they go on... They want to learn about America... Let's say the world, because we do international episodes. Shit.
They just happen to be in America.
In America, right. They want to learn about the world and avoid capture or avoid being caught by Major League Scout / former UFO expert.
Oh, man. Imagine how heartbreaking it is to have to bomb in front of the scouts.
Oh, it's brutal, right?
Because they love the game.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. They love it.
Pitching titles in the chat. Like I can't pitch titles here.
Why? Wait, are you pitching titles in the chat? Where are you pitching titles at?
I just pitched one. Dug out of this world.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That ain't bad.
That's not bad.
All right. So tone. Let's talk about setting first. What year is this?
Either present day or like 1987.
Right. Do we want to do an 80s show?
Or it could be like 94. We could do like
we do
a 90s show.
What do we do in... Oh, wait. What if we do a setting I've always wanted to use? We've never used. Which is 2007, 2008 economic collapse.
Okay.
America. Occupy Wall Street is happening. Like, everything feels like it could change.
The only thing that I was going to say was, and this is not, like, is what show do we want it to be competing against? And it should be in that
good call.
Period.
That's a really good call. What show do we want it to be competing against?
Oh.
Let's look at best top TV shows.
Lost.
That like mid 2000s, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it works.
Also,
it works for that.
Primetime Adventures is one of my favorite things. It pointed out that just Gilligan's Island and Lost are the same fucking show with a different tone.
Yep.
And I love that.
100%. When did that end? That ended... Is someone...
I don't know.
Opening...
I'm crinkling
cellophane?
trash.
What are you doing?
I had a bunch of strips of plastic from envelopes that I was using, and I was throwing them away because they were on my desk.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess Occupy Wall Street wasn't until 2011, right? But like
it was
economic
during the re-election.
Yeah, it was during right. But economic collapse era America is fun. It's depressing and like Great Recession, aliens arrive, are like trying to find the fun in and like the whimsy in a time when people are dealing with foreclosures.
These aliens are taking all our minor league baseball jobs.
So that is the thing we should talk about is like, is there like an analogy here? One, we should be careful of. Two, that is going to be there no matter what because we're using aliens and America and that we need to be like thoughtful about.
Yes, but we could also just have human people on. There could still be humans on the team.
There are still humans on the team, yes. 100%.
Oh, there's not just 25 aliens.
No, I think this is like 5 aliens, right? This is like a spaceship lands.
You're saying that it's the 3 of us and then maybe like 2 other people.
How big do you think baseball teams are?
I know how big baseball teams are. I don't know off the top of my head, but...
Oh, you
25,
meant
I was right about
in terms of aliens. I thought you meant in terms of the baseball team. I was like...
No, it's more... No. I've seen baseball games. I
thought
baseball.
You were about to say, I've seen bench warmers.
I have seen bench warmers. It's not great.
It's garbage.
Yeah, so the... Yeah, I think it's probably like 5. It's a family or something, right? Or maybe it's not. We'll figure that out as we go forward. But yeah, I think it's like 5 aliens. I mean, like I think maybe the thing that I'm going to say is like I think if there was an analogy here being made, it's like pro-immigration. It's not anti. You know what I mean? Like I think that the thing we're going for here is like these aliens are dope actually, and this guy who's protecting them is good and right. And fuck
Can I say how bizarre it would be if we made a show where aliens? Were bad.
Yes, it would be fucking
like it was
terrible.
Bad to have aliens come to Earth and just try to live.
It would be really bad. Okay. I think I'm into this. So yeah, setting again, I'm not 100% sold on 2008 or whatever. Like I would totally do 87 or like late 80s or mid 90s. Mid 90s are fun. Acid wash jeans, let's do it.
Yeah. Is there another show we feel like I'm thinking specifically like when I'm talking about a show that this show's competing against, like something that's almost in the same vein.
Like Friday Night Lights is 2000 is the mid to late 2000s. It's like 2006 to 2010 or something.
Okay.
So
we could also go like
either watching
Third Rock from the Sun.
Right, we could do Third Rock.
Yeah,
or
so
we
that's
could do
more
Alien
like what I was
Nation.
thinking.
Alien Nation was also a thing. Remember that one? Alien Nation?
Alien Nation, yeah.
Do you not remember that TV show with the
I
beard
never
heads?
saw, but I do remember it.
I mean, that was also one of these shows where it was like it was a procedural cop show, where like aliens were stand-in for racism. So, that was like early 90s. I was like 1989 to 90.
That's going back to your earlier point. I don't think that stand-in is almost ever a great idea.
Wait, what's stand-in? What?
You said aliens were stand-in for American racism.
Oh, no.
I was just saying that's...
Yeah, it's rough. Which is like, that's the thing, right? Is like, this should be a show in which there are also immigrants that are human immigrants who deal with shit. Otherwise... Yeah. That's like a bad, that's just like, oh no, these are just the perfect analogy for like, no, the super are not actually in any way. So,
I mean, I don't think there's a minor league baseball team on this earth that's entirely American-born baseball players, right? Like,
yeah, probably not. What else could I think that? But I sort of like Lost. I do like Lost. I like Friday Night Lights. I like.
Is that the tone of this show, though?
Well, no, that's a separate question, right?
Yeah.
Network, target demographic, rating are the next thing after setting. Because, again, like that's kind of what it talks about with tone is it says, like, compare Gilligan's Island and Lost. Numerous elements can differentiate them. Is the mood of the show upbeat or fun or dark and brooding? Like, they're both shows about people stuck on an island, but because of the tone, like, they're wildly different shows. I think the tone, in my mind, is definitely in this dramedy camp of, like...
Yeah.
Make you feel some shit, but also goofs. Like, it's aliens going to yard sales and, like, going to museums and getting into hijinks and also playing games against their rivals, you know?
What's the connection for us between the baseball and the picking?
I think that's, like, an episode-to-episode thing, right? Where it's like...
Because it should be, like... I think it should be connected in some way.
Maybe they have a sponsorship. Or, like, maybe there is, like, a reality TV show. Maybe this is another faux reality TV show where the coach signed, or, like, the owner of the team signed a deal that would be, like, for local, you know, it's like, so this is pre-Netflix if we do it when we're setting it. Or I guess it's not pre-Netflix, but it's, like, modern Netflix
it's like the male Netflix.
Yeah,
like
it's male Netflix. So what about like it's like an original on-demand TV like deal that he signed to do, like, we're gonna discover America with the whatever city this is in, and then the name of the team, and like they have to deliver a 15-minute episode every week about like a local thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
the
Globetrotters visit the Liberty Bell or whatever. And so, or like the Globetrotters go to the best barbecue in Kentucky. And so there is like one of the plots in every episode is this like discover local American whatever. And then one of the other plots is the like baseball side of it. And then the third plot is probably we're aliens and we're being chased by people who want us to not be aliens or to not be here.
There's people who believe in aliens and they're right to, and they're after us.
Right, they're not wrong.
Okay.
Truman Ingersoll in the chat says District 9 innings is not bad.
Oh man,
it's pretty funny. I think that's around what I want then. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's where I think I'm good with. We're gonna need names and character. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that whole page. Shit. 2 back. There we go. Delete these. All right. So I'm gonna write down setting. Are there any other setting conventions that we should be talking about? 2008.
How are they? Do they all live in a? Do the aliens live in a big house?
Once we talk about primary and support, once we like start building our cast list, this will be a thing that will come to become clear in a second. So
I just mean because minor league baseball players don't get paid very much.
No.
Did we decide on a setting? Because I know we said it'll be popular in Bluff City, but we didn't say if it'll be set there.
I think it's just set in America. I think it's it's city to city.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is being produced now and is set in the mid-2000s.
Yes. I think that's true. Yes. Right? Because I think it should have the sort of like the critical remove from the kind of recession.
You want the perspective on the recession, not the attitude of current recession.
Exactly. Right. Foreclosures. Okay.
I wasn't
concern about
that.
Future. Yeah, that's a much different thing there. Big corporations that aliens don't understand why we put up with.
Our bank loan went bad, and so now the aliens have to sell extra. They have to find and sell extra things because they did get homeowners didn't get a bailout.
Right. Also, I want to be clear: this isn't a reality show. This is a show being made in Hollywood. That's a fake reality. Yeah. It's like The Office. It's a faux reality show. It's a comedy.
It's a mockumentary.
It's a mockumentary. Exactly. It
was made by Christopher Guest.
Made by it was yes. Yeah, sure.
You heard of Best in Show, now try Best Show.
This one. Watch it.
This one.
What network is this on? Is this on a cable network? Is this on a network TV? Is this on an HBO?
This is probably NBC, right?
Yeah, this feels like
NBC.
It feels NBC. It doesn't feel like it's definitely not like FX.
Good home run joke. Target demographic.
Kids of all ages.
Is it kids based? Like,
no,
is it? Is it the 8 o'clock show or is it the 10 o'clock show?
I think it's the 9 o'clock show.
I was thinking in my head. I was thinking 9:30.
Well, it's an hour. Come on.
This is an hour long.
Oh, you think this is an hour?
Yeah, I think this is an hour.
Well, it's a big difference. That's a good question. Is it an hour?
There are not many dramedies that I feel like work as an hour, but there are a few.
What are the ones that work that are an hour?
Well, this is a good example. I watched The Good Place and the entire time was dying for it to be an hour-long show instead of a half an hour-long show. It really feels like too short for how much stuff they put in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's sort of the opposite answer.
Is Better Call Saul an hour?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this a prestige show?
No, but I'm just trying to figure out like what. I don't think it is.
Honestly, I'm
We're not sending any Emmys back, right?
Never in our fucking lives. You're putting those on our shelves.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, okay. 9 p.m. hour long dramedy mockumentary. Boom. Rating. Okay, so is it rated TV? This is TV 14 probably?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the book was a little more like. I don't really know what you can do in a TV-14 that you can't do.
You can do basically anything, but you can't have as many swears that you bleep out, and you can't have as much sex stuff.
All right,
But you could kill however many people you want.
Oh, great! I was worried that we would have to state our bloodlust in a different way.
TV-14 says this program contains some material that parents would find unsuitable for children under 14 years of age. Parents are strongly urged to exercise greater caution. May contain
Mad
one or
Men
more...
is a good example here. Like I do.
Is Mad Men 14 or is that mature?
That's they say in the book. Grey's Anatomy and Mad Men are 14.
Okay,
Justified is MA. Like I do
fine.
Get that difference, right?
Yeah.
People die all the time in Justified. I guess spoilers. I don't know. It's not a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler.
People die in that show.
Is Mad Men only 14? That's nuts.
Yeah. Suggestive dialogue.
Well, nothing happens,
not
right?
Read this list.
They're shitty to each other, but they're not killing each other. No one's saying fuck.
Suggestive dialogue, strong coarse language, intense sexual situations, or intense violence are all things that can be in TV-14. I think we'll be fine with TV-14. Okay, so TV-14.
Now, do we have to try not to swear on the show?
Yes.
Oh, buddy.
We're going to try it.
Okay, I'll do my best.
The last element of a good TV show is soap, which is an industry term that refers to the tangle of relationships and personal drama for the main characters of the show. Everyone wants something, TV or not, but the thing that drives TV drama is when the characters don't get what they want. For any drama on TV, the characters' unfulfilled needs need to play a big part in getting you to tune in week after week. Bradley loves Caitlin, but darn it, she can't just up and leave the plantation while her father is in debt to that vampire. Okay, maybe next week he can find a way to convince her, stuff like that. I think we have this pretty much on, which is like, don't get caught, go make they have to make a TV show every episode, so like that's also part of that soap.
And then be good at baseball, but not too good.
Yes.
There isn't any difference between antibacterial drama and regular drama, so you can just use regular drama.
Good.
I know that I don't have the authority to assign homework to anyone on this show.
Yeah, but
just to fix our swear problem, also in a good Placian method, everyone go and come up with a couple alien swear words.
Good idea.
Oh.
That's a good, good. All right, so...
Fuck.
That's not, nope.
Well, it's spelled differently because it's
spelled, yeah.
Also, it means shit. It's what they call shit. I gotta go take a big fuck.
Took a huge shit. I couldn't even do it.
You couldn't even,
I couldn't even do it.
It smells like fuck in here.
I mean, you know.
The cast.
Man, our show's getting canceled.
Your series needs a cast of characters. The cast includes the protagonist and all the supporting characters. Remember, each player controls a protagonist, and the producer controls all the supporting characters. Now that you have a good grasp of what your series is going to be, you need to fill it with appropriate characters. You may already have a few ideas in mind at this point, and that's okay. But for just a little while, you need to step back and think about the big picture. The producer will give everyone a few minutes to write down a list of the characters you might see on your show. Doesn't matter if it's an important recurring role or an extra you see once. Who might you see on the screen if you were watching the show? The list doesn't need to be exhaustive. Try and jot down at least a dozen different concepts. Then
that sounds exhaustive to me. A dozen, that's a lot.
Then, just like you did with the premise, everyone will share their ideas and the producer will make a composite list. What if we just did this in a Google Doc real quick? I just did that. That would be easy, right?
Sure. Give us a link to that.
Yeah, I have to make it real quick. Alien mockumentary cast list. Boom.
So the soundtrack LP for the Globetrotters cartoon show had 2 singles released off of it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
We did
Cheer
not
Me
tweet
Up.
that we were live. Sorry, Andy. I totally forgot to do
Rainy
that.
Day Bells.
I tweeted it
Rainy Day Bells, huh?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Got us an Alien mockumentary cast list document here. That's not... Wait, is this the wrong... Oh, this is... Whoops. I'll close this one and then just open it over here. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, no. Open it. Open it here. There we go. Okay. All right, so... I'll just start writing whenever. Gotta have a coach. Gotta have the scout who wants to discover them.
Oh,
This document.
I had already started writing in a sticky note. An alien conspiracy-minded rival.
Do we
coach.
want like little mini lists where we can all just start writing stuff?
Yeah, everyone, get some space.
Get you some space.
I'm interested in seeing like what overlap there is in our mini lists.
Boom. All right. This is good listening. I know.
Yeah. Someone B in the chat said alien swears are just scat, but I just couldn't help but think of the fucking man's not hot guy just saying alien. Boom.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick in the chat says, "You gotta be fucking me."
I mean,
where's the link to this Google Doc? I actually was not.
Oh, it's in our personal Patreon
Discord.
internal Discord. Yeah.
How many of these are we doing?
At least a dozen.
oh boy.
I think I'm good. I think I have enough here.
I think I'm good too.
Okay. Keith and Andy?
I'm almost there.
I've got like 7.
I have like 10.
Okay.
If you guys are done, you can start with you guys. And I will have
all right.
more.
So, my list. Coach. I'm guessing we all have coach written down.
Yeah.
I did not write down coach because I saw you write it down before I got started.
Okay. Scout, who wants to discover them. We got that one. Star human athlete on the team, who is like the person who's like the franchise player. You know what I mean? Like they've been the backbone of this team for years. The worst player on the team, who is worried about being replaced, who is worried that they won't like, oh, these aliens, oh no. I don't think that they know that the aliens are, aliens necessarily. A recent trade to the team, could go without. The camera operator or show producer for this like reality TV show that they have to do.
Oh.
Chef who has to deal with their alien taste bud situation.
Oh, shit. That's real good.
Rival team coach, who is just like the team, like whatever the rival team is in the league. Rival who someone is in love with, so it's like a player. They fall in love. You're going to find a real weakness in my upcoming ones. Get ready. Strong alien, happy alien, other types of aliens. We really got to figure out these aliens. Boy, I hope one of y'all has good alien ideas. Amateur UFO hunter who loves aliens. Kid who loves aliens. Big fan of...
That could be the same guy.
Oh, yeah, that could totally be the same. Those could definitely be the same. Big fan of minor league team who thinks these new players are ruining the season.
Hey, you guys are winning too much.
The whole point is that you're like right in the middle. Coach's family, partner, kids, weird sibling. I really want like an uncle who hangs around too often. Do you know what I mean? Everyone calls him Uncle Ches or whatever, And it's just like, oh, please, like... I know he's your brother, Coach, but get him out of here. An animal, ? Then the team mascot, and then parenthetical, could be played by an alien. A minor league baseball reporter who is just like on the minor league baseball circuit. And then I have a list of random people that they could meet during their exploration of America. Museum curator, barbecue pitmaster, zoologist, astronomer, ballet dancer, Hollywood director / producer, novelist / sci-fi writer, video gamesman. And then other types of cryptids, Bigfoots, dinosaur people, mummies, etc.
Oh, I love the other cryptids.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen too often. Or it should happen every episode, but one or the other.
One of those.
Yeah. Like, hey, we came to America to discover what Earth was about, and what we figured out Earth was about was that everyone is a secret alien or cryptid.
Yes, exactly. Oh, there's a lot of cool people here.
Yeah.
Andy.
All these elected officials are actually mole people.
Oh my god. Do you just want me to go through mine?
Yeah.
So the first one I had was the team owner, which I'm
going to bold that immediately because I think that's an important distinction that we should definitely.
Yeah. I wrote that maybe the coach has a kid because these shows usually have like the little kid who's peppy or whatever.
Yeah, I think family in general is yes. So also bolding that.
I have a past as prime player who's trying to relive the glory days.
Maybe that's the same as the star human athlete, right? Who's like the franchise player, but like. Oh, but you're saying, that could be a player who used to be pro. Who used to be like all the way pro.
John Boyce did a video on, and I'm blanking on the name right now because I'm super tired.
Pretty good?
Yeah, it was a pretty good, and I'm blanking on it, but it's about a player who like had like tons of problems, and he went back down to the minors and had like an incredible major league season.
Huh.
I
don't know. There's like that. I was gonna be like,
pretty good is really good.
And then it's like a
really
bunch of people. A lot of people have done that.
Yeah, hold on. Lonnie Smith. is who I'm thinking of specifically.
Okay.
And then I also have an FBI agent who definitely knows they're aliens, but doesn't really care because they just kind of want to hang out with aliens.
Okay.
One of those NASA guys, astronauts or whatever.
Do you mean astronauts or do you mean...
mostly just mean someone who works for NASA, but I thought putting astronauts or whatever would be funny, and also the idea of someone seeing them on the moon before seeing them playing baseball is very good to me.
Yeah, that is really good. I like that a lot.
Let's see. I've got a rookie player who's trying to train with the aliens to get better because he just thinks they're really good.
Uh-huh.
I put a surly mascot.
Good.
And then I saw your cryptids thing, and I put Mothman, who is the mascot.
Good. And also surly, hopefully.
I mean, yeah.
All of that is good, yeah.
And then the last one I have is a low-level grifter, like someone who follows them around trying to sell tickets to their game and shit, like a ticket scalper type thing.
Perfect. Art.
All right. I have aging human baseball player suspected of being an alien because of his longevity.
Ooh, good. You go the other way around. Who is that's the scout gets that person arrested by the FBI and they have to break him out or whatever.
Yeah. But he's not one.
Uh-huh.
Alien mission leader who is bad at baseball.
Good.
Young hot dog vendor.
That's my rap name. Many aliases.
Hotshot human player who wants to leave and become an alien.
That's really good.
World weary beat reporter.
Yep. Okay. Good. We both have beat reporter going. Definitely.
Local rich season ticket holder wants to hang out with the team all the damn time. I'm thinking like Mr. Fishoder from Bob's Burgers, but if he was into baseball.
Uh-huh.
Jamie Foxx from Any Given Sunday. I've since remembered that character's name was Willie Beeman.
Yeah.
The head of marketing.
Wait,
for the
do you want
team.
to explain what Willie Beeman's deal is?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because I think that the characters in that movie were not the most kind.
No.
But he's this young black quarterback, and he's they introduced him with that song, right? My name was Willie.
Yeah.
Willie Beeman.
Mm-hmm. That is how they do that.
Yeah. I want that kind of attitude, that big,
the Deion Sanders style of
prime time.
Time.
I want prime time. Yeah. The head of marketing for the team, president of the fan club, in parentheses, cute kid.
A lot of cute kids going on. Good.
Yeah.
Some kind of alien dog that could be the mascot thing.
Yep.
Jack to hell alien who is barely believable as a human.
Like the Thing, but a person.
Yeah, like the Thing, but a person.
I think this is what Austin called a strong alien.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I had that already, Art, as strong alien.
Yeah, that is the same. Stadium PA guy who has been with the team for 30 years.
Oh, good. Got to hear his voice.
Yeah, I grew up in the New York area, and the Yankees PA guy, I don't even remember his name, but he had that old man voice. Everyone loved him. Various people associated with the sponsors, like the guy who runs the local auto body shop, the guy who runs the diner off the interstate, people like that, hey, I'm running a promotion here, bring your ticket stub, and you get 30% off an entree if you buy an appetizer and dessert. I'm not giving away the store here. And then liaison with the major league team.
Right, that we're associated with, right? Because that's the thing, it's a farm team, right? So it's probably not just... There is that connection to the major league that you have to deal with.
Right.
Good.
Oh, man,
what if they want to call up one of those
teams?
What if they try to call up Jack to hell, alien who's barely believable as human?
Also, can we just name this guy Jack to hell?
Yeah.
Like that?
Love it.
There. Boom. That's his name. All right. Keith.
Sure, yeah. I've got an alien conspiracy-minded rival, a coach. I've got human love interest who might discover the truth.
Good.
Pro-alien fence, and I mean not like a fence that keeps people out. I mean a fence you sell your shit to.
Yeah, gotta have that person who maybe that's the same person as two things. One, FBI agent who definitely knows they're aliens but doesn't care, and also NASA guys. Like maybe it's NASA guy / government guy who knows that they're aliens and is like willing to move things for them or like get them the special juice that they need to live. So
like the government is kind of like okay with this, but the former Air Force scout is like the one who's like, I'm gonna ruin this for everyone.
I think that there are divisions of the government that are have various interests. You know what I mean? I think that there is like maybe a NASA contingent that is totally chill with it, and an
NSA who are not.
Right, the NSA are not. Yeah, definitely. The NSA are not. Probably the FBI is not. Probably Pentagon. The Air Forces, the Pentagon is like the military arm, no. Government, civil service, NASA arm, yes. And
that's the X-Files conflict. That's classic X-Files.
Yeah, classic X-Files, right. This is a sequel to the X-Files, so...
Yeah. I've got tough alien show-running boss.
What does that mean?
That means that the guy that's in charge of making sure they get their show out is like a nose to the grindstone. You got to make your show, sort of guy.
But is he also an alien?
He's also he's like the guy, the alien back on like the home planet that's in charge of like making sure they get their show out and that it's good.
Okay, wait.
The show is an alien show?
I hadn't realized that the show was an alien show.
Oh, I thought it was like, but I thought that they needed to give proof that they were doing this to the aliens. So it might be that it's on like local TV also, but that is what gets shown to the aliens.
You just cracked this whole case.
Nice.
You just broke. I had not thought about this as this is their job. This is their mission, is a fact-finding mission about whether or not Earth is like, whether or not we should destroy Earth. Right? Or like take over Earth.
So this is now Future Folk too.
Excuse me?
Future Folk is a movie about a guy that was sent to destroy Earth, but his alien planet didn't have music, and he discovered music, fell in love with Earth, abandoned his mission, then had to try to convince his home planet to not destroy the Earth because music was so good.
Right. Yes.
It's a really good movie.
Of course, it's Future Folk. Duh. Of course. Yeah, but yes, yeah. So I think the tough alien show running boss is like, you got to get me these clips. You got to get me like more information about barbecue in Kentucky. I don't know why I keep going. I really want barbecue. I haven't had barbecue in a while.
We just had barbecue a week ago.
Yeah, but I didn't have enough of it.
Okay,
that was like a barbecue lunch.
We've eaten barbecue with you this week.
I want like a barbecue.
You just want more. You want to spend more money eating that. I want to
eat more barbecue. Yeah, that was like a 2 p.m. barbecue, and I'm really looking for a 7 p.m. barbecue.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
That was a 4 p.m. barbecue. Let's split the difference.
We were there until 4, certainly. Anyway. But no, I love that. That like helps me conceptualize the show a lot because then they kind of have two different masters that they're serving in terms of the TV show side of it.
Yeah.
Love it. All right.
Number one fan who doesn't know they're aliens.
Yeah.
Number one fan who definitely knows they're aliens and is a plucky kid.
It's a gimme at this point, given we've all been like, that's
We've all said that, yeah. A rival team of aliens who care. Rival team of aliens who care not for this world.
Are they the same alien species, or are they a different alien species?
I'm up to whatever. I had assumed that they were from the same planet, and they were just like, they were the ones being... Maybe their job is to prove that we should destroy the Earth.
Right. Yeah, totally. The alien committee is like, we have to hear both sides.
Yeah, like maybe we should blow them up. Maybe we shouldn't. One of you investigate barbecue, and then one of you like show us how worthless this place is.
Right, show us the nuclear. Show us how like despite this recession, they're still funding the military way more than public housing.
Yeah, these people are so violent that we should blow them all up and kill them.
Yep.
Local Antiques Roadshow hosts.
So that's just like a competing TV show. Basically.
I kind of meant that I kind of saw it as like that, like they were almost like the hosts of the alien, like hey, show us what you guys got this week.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying
but it can kind of be whatever. Yeah.
I'm into other TV crews for sure. Same thing. Pesky News Crew, definitely.
Pesky News Crew that came up before. Landlord, and then in parentheses, Bad Landlord.
Well, we got to figure out where they live. They don't. I mean, they travel.
Well, wherever they live, they have a landlord, and all landlords are bad.
Premise. Bad Landlord is Coach's brother or whatever, his coach's sibling, and it's like that's why they're able to stay there. They're like, he's like, listen, Ches, just let my new players need a place to stay for a little while. They're getting on their feet. They're doing this show. They're gonna be in the money soon enough. But for now, you just gotta help them find a place to stay. You know, you have all those extra apartments. You're not using them. You know.
Yeah. Ches is such a repugnant name.
Oh yeah,
credit for that.
Uh-huh.
Sorry to Chez's. Sorry to unicyclists.
Every time I hear it, I hate it.
Yeah, is that one of the alien swears?
Ches.
Yeah.
Ches.
And he's like, what?
In the alien language, Ches means we already have a shit. I don't know.
We can do a flippity fuck.
It means
It means fuck. You gotta be Ches and me.
Thanks, I hate it.
Uncle Ches, got it. Good. Coaches.
Uncle is such a bad thing to call someone that's not your uncle
Nope.
too. Coach is terrible brother. He's like, hey, Coach, who's that? Oh, that's my terrible. Hey, everybody, meet my terrible brother, Ches. Hi, guys.
Terrible brother, Uncle Ches.
Wait, you call your brother Uncle? Yeah, what's weird about that?
Yeah, he's really bad. He's terrible.
Really bad.
But he's also like 12 years older, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah, definitely. Oh, all right.
Okay. All right. We got big league scouts. We've got local cop Bad Mulder that's onto them. And earlier there was a cop that didn't care.
Bad
this
Mulder
cop does
cares.
care.
Okay.
Bad Mulder cares.
Is he bad that he's evil, or is he bad that he's incompetent? How are you using bad?
He's
here?
bad that he is evil. Because I think like X-Files Mulder, if there was some nice aliens playing baseball and that he wouldn't care. Also, there's an episode about that. So that actually David Duchovny wrote. It's a pretty good episode.
Oh. It's a very good episode.
Yeah.
This bit that you have next.
I was shocked. I was shocked that you and Art didn't pick this one.
Yeah, me too.
Sports talk call-in show host / caller.
Every episode starts that way, right? Let's
throw out the rest of it and just do the sports talk call-in show where the local team is aliens. Frasier, but with aliens.
I'm shocked we didn't get here. Unbelievable.
How does Mike Francesa feel about aliens?
Hey now, Mikey. I'm sorry, that was Mad Dog.
That was Mad Dog.
I have a Francesa.
No, you'll get one for homework again.
Yeah.
The guy that sings the national anthem.
Sure, I think that's like a good category for just like home team game, like home games.
Just guys that hang around.
It's like national. It's like people who sing, concession stand workers, like all of the people who like make the actual ballpark actually function should be people that we look at and that we have a camera on here and there for sure.
The alien expat bar / whatever drugs alien like, in parentheses, what do Earth drugs do to aliens?
Good question. We'll have to find out.
Oh man, we gotta get an alien to smoke weed.
It's the Colorado episode.
Contact with the sickest antique spots.
Yeah, sure.
Newman-style neighbor that can't get out of their business.
I mean, that's Ches, right?
That's Ches. That's now rolled into Ches for sure.
Yeah,
oh my God, can Wayne Knight play Ches?
Wayne Knight is Ches for sure.
Oh, beloved character actor Wayne Knight, my favorite.
It's your Uncle Ches.
Hey.
It's your bad Uncle Ches. I'm Coach's... Hey, it's your bad Uncle Ches. I'm Coach's terrible brother.
All right, none of our Wayne Knight voices are fantastic.
I'm laughing too hard. I can't do it.
Oh my God.
And then alien who keeps almost blowing their cover.
Absolutely.
That sounds like that's Jack to Hell.
Yeah, could be. Could definitely be. All right. Ugh. Lord. Christ. All right. I think we have a good set of characters here. We've made a good cast list.
It's not too late to shut this whole stream down and be like, this is season 7 and just walk away.
Oh, man.
So, except for the producer, everyone in the game controls the actions of one protagonist each. From your cast list, you need to come up with a character for each player whose story is worth telling in detail. Just like you've done so far with the creation of the series, you create protagonists as a group. It's likely enough that by this point at least one person has thought, I know what kind of character I want my protagonist to be. That's okay, as long as you remain open to suggestion and remain considerate of what everyone else wants. Don't fill in every detail by yourself. Your friends will probably surprise you with good ideas that make your protagonist more fun to play. When you choose who the protagonists are, think about why they are the starring characters. Sure, you can come up with a good story for just about anyone, but why did you choose the ones you did? How are they all connected? That's their common bond. It gives you all a way to make each episode about something. So I don't think we have any problem about what the common bond is here, because it's so clear in terms of what the bond is that brings them together, which is...
Yeah, they all know Ches.
They all know Ches. They all live in Ches. I can't wait for the spin-off, Ches's House, which is just about all of the other people who live in Ches's terrible apartment complex. So we need... come on. Hey. There we go. There's your sheet. If you scroll down, your sheets are down here. FYI. There we go.
Welcome to Awful Chez's Live-In Motel.
Oh, it's definitely a motel. It's definitely a motel.
Converted motel
with like the exterior walk up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the exterior doors. Yeah.
Yes.
It's around the parking lot. It's kind of like that horrible horror movie.
Has anyone here seen Glow?
No, I really
because there's a really good shitty motel in Glow.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, which is also the same motel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, it's the same motel?
The twist
this motel's they shot it in the same place they shot Glow.
You're talking about the movie with what's his face? John Cusack?
No, are you talking about 1408?
No, I'm talking about the other one. I'm talking about
High Fidelity.
That's it. No.
The one where they're all in a hotel and they can't remember their names. Here, I'm just going to type the twist ending of this movie into the chat.
Identity.
And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's John Cusack. I think they're in a motel.
John Cusack in that?
Yes. That's a bad twist ending.
Oh, it's terrible. If you're listening to this, don't go watch that movie.
All right, I have to close this thing about future folk. I have to get back to the rules of this game. Okay. By this point, if you don't already have a protagonist in mind, pick something from the list. Talk to the others about how that character would fit into the common bond you all agreed on. Your initial protagonist concept ought to be a short phrase. Take the description from the cast list and add an adjective. So, like, neighbor becomes grumpy neighbor. Receptionist becomes snooty receptionist.
We already really fleshed these out on the list.
We sure did. If you've already thought of something more complex for your protagonist, that's fine. But see if you can simplify it for the moment. Protagonists in Primetime Adventure are imperfect. They have interests and needs that often conflict with the goals of the group. They may be competent and even heroic, but their personal matters are going to interfere from time to time, and as you play the game, you'll find out how those matters do or don't mess up their lives. Also keep in mind that this is supposed to model a TV show, and the protagonists need to make sense being on the same show together. If it's a quote-unquote cop show, it would be boring and kind of pathetic for every cop to be a maverick who doesn't play by the rules and disrespects authority. Personally, that show as a comedy would be hilarious.
That would be really funny.
Personality, motivation, and background all matter as much as the skill of the protagonist, and they should be weighed carefully by the whole group. Your show needs characters who are interesting and who have personal interactions that are worth watching every week. Who in the cast is going to get along with the others, and how well? Do some protagonists have a history together? Is there any political or sexual tension between any of the protagonists? All of the players, including the producer, should create the protagonists as a group. Some games encourage group character creation, but in Primetime Adventures, it's a must. Don't let the more outspoken players dominate this step. It can be really easy to get excited about an idea and drown everyone else out. Make sure everyone's had the opportunity to share some ideas. So let's all come up with that basic concept first for your characters. Andy, do you have like a general idea for I'm guessing everyone here is playing aliens, or does someone want to play the coach? I
definitely want to be an alien.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe playing the coach, but I can play an alien too. My other idea was I play the mascot.
That's also good, but like the mascot could be an alien.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Or a Mothman, as we've discussed.
A Mothman, yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested in any of these things. I'm interested in whatever y'all are interested in. for sure. And we can modify how many aliens there are. We can modify, you know what I mean? This could end up being there's one alien show, or it can be there are 5. It's totally up to y'all. So what's the one you're most excited about, Andy?
Ooh, I'm not entirely sure if I'm being honest. Would you mind if we circled back to me?
Totally.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Thanks.
totally. So let's go right over one to Art. Do you have a strong protagonist idea, concept, premise? Did we lose Art? Did we lose me?
No, you're still there.
Keith, I'm going to message Art and find out. Keith, tell me about your concept if you have one.
Hey, I mean, I definitely want to be an alien that is on this team. I don't think I want to be anybody else. And I'm still thinking, even in real life, I want to be.
You want to be an alien? Yeah, I'm good with you.
I have to put more thought into like which one of these aliens I want to be.
Yeah,
like what I want to be about.
Like, do you want to be the alien, the chief alien who is like leading the mission? Do you want to be the big tough one? Do you want to be? Like, those are the ones we've come up with. There's obviously a lot of wiggle room here, but
I think I want to be the alien that is like most interested in the show.
Okay, so you want to be like from the production side or from the starring in side? Do you want to be Gig Caphart except an alien?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Is that where we are? Yeah.
I don't know. So like I was thinking like sort of hand in hand with like let's go out and find stuff that is like cool. So like and let's show it to people. Like so that's the
explorer alien. Like you're the one who are you like explicitly the one who's like I'm bad at baseball.
Oh,
is Art back?
He dropped.
Oh, he totally dropped. Let's take a 5-minute break, and I'm gonna text Art and see what's up.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sick. All right, we will be back in 5 minutes. I'm gonna mute us on the stream. Bye.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi. All right, we are back. We're back, and we're gonna make characters, and then we're gonna probably call it for today because it's getting late, and we all have wrestling to attend to.
Yeah,
maybe not all of us, but all right, where were we? Keith, I had alien, I had explorer alien. My question for you when we realized Art was gone was, are you the alien who doesn't care about baseball and has to play anyway, and you're not very good at baseball?
Okay, see, when you asked that, it was a curveball because I'm not that much of like a sports guy, but out of all the sports, me in real life does like baseball.
Okay.
I find baseball to be very, very interesting and pretty fun to watch.
Yes.
So it would be a shame to have to not care about baseball.
No. I didn't say you didn't care about baseball. I said you
said I was bad.
Good at baseball, and that is two different things. Because if you're good at baseball, or if you're bad at baseball but want to get good at baseball, that's a couple of fun episodes that we can come back to, where you as a character, your arc can literally be about like, oh yeah, I'm really good at uncovering it in small Atlantis, but I'm terrible at baseball, and I just want to get good at baseball.
Yes, I like that. I'm
alternatively,
into that.
You could be the alien who's the best at baseball. But I don't think you can be both the best explorer and the best.
You just sold me on that arc that you pitched.
Okay, cool. So, anybody else have ideas for Keith's explorer alien? Bad at, but interested in getting better at baseball.
Baseball is just so bizarre.
It's very strange.
It is.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of sport. I don't want to reduce other sports, but there's a lot of sports that look the same with like variations on rules and balls and what you can do and can't do with them.
Yeah.
Baseball is like the craziest thing.
There's a lot going on in that game. Yeah, it's very strange. There's obviously a lot here in terms of appearance and personality. We should talk appearance. What do these aliens look like?
You mean when they're not in people form?
Or like, are they in people? Like, yes. Like, what when they're not in people form?
Or do they look so close that there's no? Are they like very humanoid?
These are all of my questions. Do they have to wear hats? Do they have antennae? Do they have horns? Do they stand on two legs normally? Do they turn into like Alfs?
Ooh. Are they shape shifting, or is there like a mirage around them?
Right, like I don't know. There's all these questions. I'm interested in ideas.
Is Andy back, by the way?
Yeah,
I am. Hello.
Oh, okay. Hi.
I like the mix of like close enough to be a person so that we can have scenes and like, oh, you were seen without your disguise off, but now you have to just explain why it's not an alien, like, but close enough to be like, wait, were my eyes playing tricks on me? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is that like your skin is blue and you have webbed hands, or is that like you have extra eyes?
Here's my pitch is that there was a picture recently from like some magazine where they accidentally edited Oprah to have a third hand.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
And so it might be like an extra pair of arms that are hidden.
Uh-huh.
And that's my starting place. I have extra pair of arms that are hidden.
Here's another thing I just realized is actually maybe we can go even broader than this. What if it's not like you're from an alien species? You're from like the galactic community, and that way you can each be different alien types.
I really like that.
Sure, yeah.
That way you get to have the big alien whose name I've already forgotten.
And that explains the rivalry.
Jack
too.
to hell.
Jack to hell, yeah. And that way that we can have... Right, exactly. There's all sorts of alien types, obviously. So yeah, you got. Do you want to write these down under appearance, Keith?
Yeah,
you're here.
Right.
I'll mark again. Boop. There we go.
Okay, great.
And just like it sounds to me like your character is probably going to have the sort of personality where they're like interested in finding stuff. They're curious.
Yeah.
Affable is my guess.
Shit. No, not affable.
Wow.
No, I'm lying.
Okay. Well, we still figure out those details. Let's go back. Andy, you said you figured yours out?
Yes.
I'm excited. Tell me about your character.
I've combined a few ideas here.
All right.
So, like we mentioned that we need someone producing this show.
Yes.
What if it was the mascot? And what if the mascot was Mothman?
So you're going mascot, Mothman,
Mothscot
/ producer.
So the reason they're the mascot is because they're too alien to really hide.
Oh, okay. Oh, here's a question. Wait, so then are you an Earthling cryptid or are you a intergalactic cryptid?
So my uncle was the Earthling cryptid.
Gotcha.
And stranded here on a previous mission.
Right.
Yeah. Well, no, he was just weird. He went on vacation and didn't come back.
Okay. So there was a Mothman who was actually an alien, and you're related to that Mothman.
Yeah. Gotcha. My Uncle Ches.
Is the team different?
Different Uncle Ches.
So it's your... Wait, does that mean it's your Uncle Fuck?
Yeah. That's what Mom always called him. He was a real bastard.
Okay.
No, I'm pitching that his name is Uncle Fuck, and that just means something different in alien.
Right.
It lets us get the fucks in there.
Great. All right.
But yeah, I just like the idea of this like producer who's very good at like their job of being a producer, but is stuck being a mascot for a shitty baseball team so they can produce their show.
So when they're the mascot, do they have their wings out?
Yeah.
What?
But they have their wings covered in like, so they have to have their wings out of the. It's like a. They are a normal Mothman, and then their costume is like a shittier. It makes them look shittier.
Right. So that's my question. Like, we haven't named the team yet? Also, is the team in Bluff City? Is that why this show is so popular in Bluff City?
No, but I think they're like the Mid-Atlantic Mothmen or something. They're like a regional. They're repping the region.
What if they're really funny if it wasn't Mothman?
That's what I'm thinking too.
Mothman with like
they were the Eagles or they were the Angels, and it's just like, why do you have such shitty angel wings, Mothman?
Why does your mascot look so weird?
Those wings aren't even the right shape for angel wings.
Do angels have antennae?
Oh, is this show called Aliens in the Outfield?
Fuck.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Got it.
Done.
Uh-huh. Is that already a thing?
I mean, probably.
Is it a thing more popular than us, is the question we have to ask.
That seems to be an indie rock album. By Diarrhea Planet.
Right.
I think we're more popular than Diarrhea Planet.
It's only got a 6.2 on Pitchfork, so...
Oh, but it was reviewed, so maybe we're not more popular than Diarrhea Planet.
Yeah. All right, I like that. So, and then on the side, you do the production of the show. So, are you editing it, shooting it, etc.?
I think, yeah, like a bunch of that stuff. Like,
okay.
This is like their big project. Is this show?
Gotcha.
And they're like, I gotta do it good. I gotta do it really good.
Can I be basically a weaver that has to wear a suit that constricts them down to human size?
Yeah. Sure.
No?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
So like big long arms, like
big long. Yeah.
Are they just
long,
rubbery as Weaver arms, or are they like stiffer?
Like,
are you Mr. Fantastic arms, or are you?
No, I'm like good.
Are you like a big stick insect? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
tentacle.
No, this is like they can't be stretchy because I got to use them to like pull like big tires off of hidden treasures.
Excuse me?
I gotta search for that in those antiques.
I gotcha.
And they're under tires or whatever.
Okay. So big, long arms, long legs, long.
My alien's long legs.
Yes, exactly. Cool. I'm looking at the wrong sheets. There we go. Right here. Do you want to write that down under appearance?
So yeah, I got that.
All right, cool. So you're gonna need a name too. Is anything else there? Okay. Same thing. Think about appearance, and we should come up with a name for this team at some point. And then art, same thing. Basic concept. Do you have a concept?
Yeah, I have 2 ideas.
Okay, excited to hear them.
Both, I think, work well with the other characters. I'll go with the less complicated one first, which is I can just play Jack to Hell.
Right. I think you do a great Jack to Hell.
Yeah. The other idea is I've synthesized a couple ideas. I could be the aging player / manager. Baseball has a history of doing player managers. I could be the human baseball player who is also the coach.
Right. I'm very torn on this. Both of these are good. I think I like... I'm curious what Keith and Andy think here, but
What was the second pitch?
It's the coach. It's the manager. It's the one who knows them and who is former star athlete turned minor league coach, right? Basically minor league manager.
But also still plays.
Oh, is that a thing? Can
like
you be...
I don't know if it's still allowed in baseball, but like Pete Rose was his own manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it used to be. That used to be like common. I think they realize it's like really too much for anyone to do. But like,
yeah,
that like you can coach a baseball team and still play on it is like a thing that has been true in life.
Interesting. Yeah, I have a list here of player managers in baseball. There's a bunch of them. There were a bunch of them, huh? I think Pete Rose was the last one.
Well, he didn't do real well for everyone.
No, he super didn't, did he? That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. And I think like minor league, it makes a lot of sense comparatively. You know.
Yeah, like he had like a not very successful run in the majors, but like maybe he was like he hung around for a bit. He like he had a not impressive 6 years in the majors, and now he's like, all right, I go out there, I pitch every few days, I can keep a lineup card.
The Premiership soccer does this actually apparently still, especially in like interim senses where like a player manager will be in charge for a few games in between coaching actual coaches. So I think I like that more because that gets us into the chess stuff a little bit better, and then we get the kid,
Sure, yeah.
And we get the family. So we have to come up with a name for that character. We're going to have to come up with what's that character look like. Actually, can I pitch an actor for this character?
Yeah.
I think that this should also be the character who was did the intros for Norlandia, whose name is what is his last name?
It was like a flower term.
It's Blake something, isn't it?
Blake Blossom, was that
Blake Blossom, yeah. Blake Blossom. Who is James Gandolfini, basically.
Great, love it.
Yeah.
I'm all the way there.
And he's also the chief of police. He's the corrupt chief of police in the action movie world game that is the next Bluff City thing. I'm not spoiling anything. That is the premise of the episode of the thing. In action movie world, you come up with who the villain is during world creation. And Blake Blossom, aka James Gandolfini, is the character who is the actor. Also, that means we get to live in a better world, one that still has James Gandolfini in it. So
true story.
So yeah, I love it. So played by Blake Blossom. I don't know what the character's name is yet, but I'll leave that up to you. Perfect. Keith, you've written down
I've gone the opposite way. Okay. I went the opposite way.
I like this a lot.
Very small alien who uses a suit to stretch themselves out is too unused to his new large body to play well.
That's perfect. That's so good. You'll get there, buddy. You just gotta get there.
And I'm probably proportionally pretty weak because I'm supposed to be very small.
Right. Totally. And that's also how you found the small Atlantis. All right. Cool.
Man, season 7 of Aliens in the Outfield was super weird where they found small Atlantis. And then they did a whole season of just small Atlantis shit.
Unbelievable. Totally. So protagonist concepts seem pretty good. Art, can you add yours to the page?
Yes, of course I can.
Thank you very much. So then, yeah, if y'all can fill in appearance, personality, manner of speech, background info, that would be great just to have a little bit more here. But I'm gonna move on so that we can keep talking about stuff because there's more to come. Story arc. It used to be the case that characters on a TV show would basically stay the same episode after episode. And for some shows that's still true, but there are other shows, and the ones that Primetime Adventures emulates best, they change over time. Sometimes they grow, sometimes the change isn't so positive. But as the series goes on, it's obvious that usually they aren't the same people we were first introduced to in the first episode. I say usually because in some cases characters face an opportunity to grow, but they don't do it. The important thing is that the show sets up that opportunity. Here's how to do that with protagonists in your series. Each protagonist has a story arc. It tracks their personal struggle over the course of a season, and it helps to divide an appropriate amount of attention between protagonists from episode to episode. By creating your protagonist story arc, you have an opportunity to choose the direction your character takes and to influence the direction of the show as a whole. To complete a protagonist story arc, you need to do two things. 1, decide on the character's issue. 2, assign their screen presence for each episode in the season. So, issue is right here. Issue. A protagonist's issue is their most defining characteristic. It is that against which the character struggles the most. Much more than a character flaw, the issue is insight into how the protagonist behaves and how that protagonist thinks about themselves. Through issues, players have an opportunity to see the complexity of a protagonist that might otherwise stay hidden behind or beneath the surface. Choosing an issue is not about maximizing your opportunity to explore something meaningful to you. Choosing an issue is about maximizing your opportunity to explore something meaningful to you, and that applies to all the choices you make in creating the protagonists. You and your friends all want the TV show you create to be exciting, and that often means choosing an issue that could sometimes make the protagonist seem vulnerable or even incompetent. Imagine a character this is what the issue does. Imagine a character on a show you like making a poor decision. In Primetime Adventure terms, that's the issue talking. Grief, for example, might make you lash out at your friends. A lack of self-esteem might make you hesitate. A history of betrayal will make it hard for you to trust people when you need to. A protagonist issue then will manifest as impulses towards behavior that aren't in their best interest. The producer will ask everyone to take a couple of minutes and think about an issue for their protagonist, and then to write down a couple of ideas for impulses, ways that the issue might manifest in irrational behavior. If anyone's having trouble, ask for suggestions from the other players. Think of it like this. Your issue is internal, how you relate to yourself, and the impulses are external, how you relate to others. Their issue examples are things like anger, anxiety, doubt, guilt. There's some good examples in here, like from things of like, Mal on Firefly has doubt. Elena or Buffy from season 6 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer has grief. Classic character. I haven't watched like any. Lewis Lit on Suits has anxiety, obviously. I hear Suits is good. I hear Suits is enjoyable.
People like Suits, and it seems to be the easiest way for an American to join the British royal family.
Is that what happened there? I didn't know that
she was on that show. I don't think that's why.
You can't prove it's not. You know.
I can't. Harry was like watching Suits and was like, "Yeah, that one."
Right. Good. So yeah, start thinking about what your issue is and your impulse. And again, your impulse is something like suspicious, timid, controlling, compulsive, closed off, childish. Whereas your issue is again something internal and kind of a thing that you're dealing with and that you're trying to work through. Does anyone have any ideas on their issue that they want to bounce around?
Yeah, I got mine.
Sure.
We talked a little bit about how this is determining whether or not we destroy the planet.
Uh-huh.
A lot of pressure when you are, new to this job and producing this show that will protect the Earth. Mm-hmm. I also got a name for my character. They picked a very good human name.
Uh-huh. God
Llewellyn.
That's your cover name, right? That's
the cover name.
So what's your character's real name?
I don't have one yet because alien names are weird. It's like weird. Chittering.
Chittering? Chittering
like they make
Hi, my name is Chittering.
My name's Chittering.
Like, hi, my name is, and then bug noises happen.
Bug noises, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Cool. But you can call me Llewellyn. So this is LOU-ELLEN.
Yes.
Space, and then LLEWELLYN, like inside Llewellyn Davis.
Yes.
Gotcha. Pronouns for this character, Andy?
I think probably they.
Yeah, I think they, them. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I think that this is a minor league baseball team that is gender neutral. I think this is.
Wait, so is Mothman a misnomer?
I mean, right? Well, no, because we've written that you're the Mothman's
style.
You're the Mothman's nephew, right?
Yeah.
So your character's uncle could be he him Mothman.
Yeah.
And then
so it's not. We're not making a generalization about Mothman.
It's pronounced Mothman.
Okay, right.
Oh,
gotcha. I see.
Yeah.
Yes, gotcha. So is your name like a bunch of chittering noises and then Mothman?
Mothman.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Mothman.
Got you. Good.
Yeah.
Ugh. Bug noises are gross.
The worst.
Good. But you can speak like human languages also?
Yeah.
All of y'all can? Okay. Wait, because
it'd be hard if we couldn't.
And also, you're all like intergalactic aliens who have studied this for this job, which is like you've learned English. This is not a game of like you're struggling with the English language. Like it's not. Sure. We're not going to do jokes about how you have broken English.
Some of us don't know alien languages, and we're not trained for this.
And that's you, Art?
Yeah, that's me.
Do you have a name yet?
No.
Okay.
I'm almost certainly not gonna have a name before we stop. I'll have a name when we start.
When we start next time. That's fine.
Yeah,
I have to figure out what someone whose brother is named Ches.
I'll also try and think of like an actual alien.
All right, yeah, that's cool. And so what is your issue and your impulse? Andy. Andy.
Oh, mine. Sorry.
Yeah,
so my issue, I put just pressure because it seemed like they were kind of trying to keep the one word.
Yeah.
Because I think like this is a big deal that they're doing, and because of that, they're very high strung and they're very stressed about getting their.
So high strung is the impulse. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I couldn't think of another way to put it.
Totally fine.
Like that.
Art or Keith, do y'all have issues and impulses yet?
At first, I was gonna put my issue as something to do with the show and wanting the show to go well, but then I realized it was actually not contributing enough to the team,
to the baseball team.
Because I'm not concerned with making the show run well because I make the show run
good at
so
it.
well.
Yes, gotcha. And so then how does that externalize as an impulse? Samantha smartly in the chat says that instead of using nephew, you could use the gender neutral nibbling, Andy, for Llewellyn.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah, you are they're nibbling, which is very good.
You'd think, as someone who goes by the gender neutral things, I'd remember that word exists and not just get very awkward at family events.
It happens. Stuff is tough.
Yeah.
Also, just nibbling is a good fucking word.
It's a good word.
It's a good word.
All right. So then, yeah, how do you externalize that?
Impulse. I think it.
Like, is it a situation where you are like try hard, like you really fucking try?
No.
Is it a thing where you are?
I think with the show, I'm a try hard.
Sure.
But with maybe the baseball thing is like it's like an uncharacteristic like detachment where I'm just like fucking
closed off and like hard to get to when it comes to baseball.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to like you'll do the drills that coach gives you, but you're not going to talk about your swing or whatever.
I think that's yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So in other words, like, can we imagine the episode where like you're going up against your rivals, and we can have a scene between you and Art where like you just don't want to talk about it, but you're very clearly stressed about shit.
Yeah, and like someone's trying to give me advice, or like the coach is trying to give me advice, and it's like I know what I got to do, I just can't do it.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Cool. Art. How you doing?
I went from the book.
That's fine.
I went doubt.
Okay.
Because, both like his thing, he's failing, right? Like he's old.
Right.
And he's not, I was thinking like even a kind of bad journeyman baseball player is like one of the 0.01% best baseball players on earth.
Right.
And like seeing that fail must be really rough.
Yeah.
And so that there's that kind of doubt. There's also this doubt if he's like doing the right thing vis-a-vis these aliens he's helping, who like, they might save the world. They also might not save the world.
Right. Totally.
And unsupportive is the impulse. I think it's like, you know what? Just deal with your own shit.
Good coaching there.
Yeah, I'm not a good coach.
Great.
But I'm the most famous person on this team.
Good. Fantastic.
I only pitch every 5 days. They got to get me out there every time.
That's good for your arm, for sure. You've written down manner of speech direct, but with lots of idioms.
Yeah, like baseball idioms. I'm going to have to look some up.
Yeah, you'll get there. Yeah. Also, before I forget, Keith, you don't have a name yet, so I didn't ask pronouns, but but we can come to that once you have a name, or
yeah.
Sounds good. All right, so we have impulses, we have issues. We need to figure out what the screen presence is. So screen presence is the second part of a protagonist's story arc. Over the course of a television series, a protagonist's story will receive varying amounts of attention. In some episodes, a protagonist will play a prominent role, while in others, they will be secondary or even tertiary to other protagonists. That level of story importance is measured by the protagonist's screen presence. In any given episode, it will be a 1, a 2, or a 3. If it's a 3, the protagonist is the center of attention. It's the protagonist spotlight episode. Each protagonist has only one spotlight episode per season, where the elements of that protagonist's story all come together, and we might see the seeds of change. The player of a spotlight protagonist has more influence over the outcome of events. If it's a 2, the protagonist plays a secondary role, and that player's control of the scene resolution is reduced. And if it's a 1, the protagonist plays a minor role and will have a small amount of influence on scenes. So this ends up looking kind of like a wave in a weird way. In terms of how
that graph was super helpful, because in words I found that really tricky.
Yeah, totally. I'll just pull this on screen for a second so that people who are watching this live can see it, where it's like, in the first episode, in the pilot, everybody's going to start at 2. And in the second episode, maybe somebody will drop down to 1 because they're just going to switch into a minor role, and then back up in 3 back to the level 2, and then up all the way to 3 for like their big episode of the season. In the real world, a television series begins as a pilot, a sort of test episode that lets the studio evaluate the series and see if it's worth airing. If the pilot meets approval, the studio will approve the budget for a batch of episodes, commonly called a season, although in the UK they call it a series, which might be a bit confusing. Most seasons in the United States are 12 to 22 episodes long. In Primetime Adventures, your season will also include a pilot and a season of episodes, either 5 or 9 in total. Which option you pick will depend on the time you have to play. 5 episodes is ideal for up to 5 players in the group with enough time to explore a few important topics. Shows that focus almost exclusively on character drama do well in 5-episode seasons. If it's your first time playing, I suggest using this option. 9-episode seasons is better if you have more than 5 players in the group, so you can make sure each protagonist has time for character development. Can you imagine playing with, like, this is so of its time that it's like, oh yeah, if you have like 6 players, do this. No. Though, you know what, I'm going to leave the door open for the notion of, like, we could do an episode of this with other players with different characters. Like, this is the show, but we could totally...
There's even, like, there's, like, one, we could just, like, kind of, like, shift focus to another area of the team. Mm-hmm. We could also do the other team.
Yes, totally. Do the episode of the show that's focused on
the Destroy the Earth team?
Yeah, the Destroy the Earth team. We could do... one of the things I've thought about a lot with this is, like, being very fast and loose with what we mean by season, and instead of thinking about it as a season, we think of it as like the full run of the show, so that the final episode is not the final episode of season 1, it's the final episode of the show, and that means like the cast changes over the course of the season, or over the course of like the season of show, costumes change in weird ways, the time that it takes place in, it could be different, you know?
You're saying season 9 of Scrubs,
right? Like imagine playing all of Scrubs in 5 episodes instead of, and you're just like picking a random episode from each season, basically.
Just imagine if Scrubs got the number of episodes it deserved.
Fuck. Good.
Scrubs had like 3 good seasons that were really good.
All right, so I'm gonna say we do a 5-episode season here, because that is probably much more realistic, given that I would like to do this whole season this year. Is kind of like, we're not going to do this every month, we're going to do this once, maybe every other month, or once every third month or something, but we'll get through an entire season, basically.
Yeah, we were laughing too hard at just talking about what the show is going to be to not do it this more than once.
Totally.
Wait, to
not... Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So for the pilot episode, everyone has a screen presence of 2. I'm gonna start marking these things down really quick here.
Not true about real world pilots. If we want to just like take a
definitely
take a
not
moment.
True. Totally not true at all. But you know, we're playing a tabletop role playing game together, so
yeah,
put those all at 2. Bop, boop, beep. For the rest of the season, assign your screen presence like so. If it's a 5-episode season, choose 1 more episode at presence 2, 2 episodes at 1, and 1 episode at 3. So everybody gets 2 more at 2.
We're picking this now?
Yeah, because you're plotting that out so that we can play those accordingly, basically, so that I can prep for them as the producer. And then they kind of get into this in the kind of the book, where they kind of say like, hey, think about where it would make sense based on what your issue is, right? So like, here's a suggestion is like, Keith, I think your level 3 thing should probably be episode 4, because that'll be the big game, right? Like, or episode, do you know what I mean? Like, that's how they start thinking about it is, so
I was thinking, because it's 5 episodes, right?
Yes.
So I was thinking, for me, like, it would be,
or I guess it'd 6
be
episodes.
1 for episode 4, and then 2 for episode 5, where it was like, 1 is where I like finally get the baseball thing down, and then actually me performing well at baseball would be slightly less focus.
So if that's the case, then your issue shouldn't be about baseball. Do you know what I mean? Well, unless I misunderstood. So, like, your issue.
So wait, so 1 is the highest amount of focus.
No,
right?
No, but 1 is the least amount of focus. 3 is the most
I was getting
it
backwards then.
Yeah. But I just want to check something really quick, because I think it's 1 more episode of 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so everybody starts at 2. So then, you're gonna get 1 more at screen presence 2.
2 episode 4, 3 episode 4, and then 2 episode 5. Like 4 would be the episode before the big game is like the one where I get the baseball shit down.
Okay, and then that's not an issue in 5 is what you're suggesting.
Right. Like you can see it happening, but it's slightly less focused because I already had my learn to overcome episode, and then I perform well in the big game. So
the thing there is like, my only thought there is like, do we not want the performing at the big game to be key to the resolution?
That's just a different, it's a different way of doing the same thing. I was thinking that the learning episode would be the focused episode.
Keith, is this a little drawing of your character you made on this sheet, or is this something weird in the PDF that I hadn't noticed? Do you see this?
Where?
On your sheet. There's a little drawing of like a person maybe with hands out.
Oh, I had made a very tiny little drawing, and I couldn't remember how to erase it because I drew an extra line by accident, so I just did over it with white.
Gotcha. Good.
Yeah.
Great.
But I did do a little drawing of my guy. And I was like, why can you see that? It can't be mine. I erased it, kind of.
All right. So like let's say 4 for now. That's kind of exactly where I was at for your 3. And then you're thinking what, 2 for the final one?
Yeah.
All right. We'll come back for those. We'll figure out where you're 1 and a 2 on the other ones here. But you're going to get one more I guess both of the other ones are 2, right? Is that how it works? 2 episodes with screen presence 1. Yeah, so that would mean that you're kind of down. You're kind of low on the next 2. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're like, boop, bop, boop, is kind of what you do.
Yeah, I was thinking that the middle episode would maybe be my lowest.
Yeah, well, so you get 2.
3.
2.
3 would be 1.
Right, but you have 2 1s.
Okay, so 2. So it's 2 1 1
3 2
3 2.
Yeah, which is like a really low.
I don't know
wave.
that it's a great idea to have the.
Go ahead.
2 1s in a row for a character as important as Keith feels tricky.
So then maybe
what are those 2 episodes like?
Right, totally. So maybe then what we do is we have that one as the bottom one, and then that's not the big game. Maybe that's something else. Do you know what I mean? Or else, we do.
I think Art is right.
Or he could peak sooner. We could go 2 1 3 2 3 1
2 1 3
2 1 3 1 2.
I love this, by the way.
Right.
I love just this list of numbers.
2 1 3
2 1
3 1 2. I like that.
Yes.
I think that's right.
I like that.
I think that's right. In fact, this gives me a better structure, which is we should probably end with everybody on 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I don't know.
Or do you want to end on Coach at 3, Art?
Yeah, Coach either needs to peak early or late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of episodes where I just shouldn't fucking be around, right? Like whatever Andy's 3 is, I should probably be at 1 on because we're not super
involved in that way.
Involved in each other. Like,
but you should be a 2 on Keith's 3.
Right.
Because you're the coach.
That's
and the issue. And similarly, Keith should be a 2 on Andy's 3 because Keith stars in that episode, is the star of the TV show.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. With you. Wait, what did I just do? Did I fuck up something? I think I did. Hold up.
You completely erased Keith's.
I didn't. It just went to the wrong. It went to GM screen instead of. It got weird. Hold up. Map layer. There we go. There we go. Back.
So either the 5th episode is about the coach, and it's like, but that feels wrong.
Right. Well, like, it doesn't have to, though. Like, that's like ending a season of Family Matters about Carl Winslow, right?
Sure. But, like, who watches it for Carl Winslow?
No one, but the studio does this anyway.
Love Carl Winslow.
I also like Carl Sean.
All right. I'm not like.
Well, so this is why this is why I was pitching 2 on the end is useful, because then it's like everybody's teamed up at the end, and there isn't. We're back to like it's a family show, you know.
It's like the same importance as the pilot.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But then I can't have an episode where I'm at 3 and Keith is at 2.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right.
Oh, so you're saying that what needs to happen is that on both Andy's and Art's 3, I should be at 2.
But that you can't.
No, that can't be the case.
There's not enough 2s.
There's not enough 2s. So what we can do is, but what Art was saying was that on your 3, he should be at 2 because he's the coach and you're the player.
Right.
You're the player who's struggling with this.
But we also said that on Andy's 3, I should be 2.
Right. Which actually means maybe Andy's 3 would be 5, right?
Which makes sense, and then I'm just a 1.
Right, because you're right.
Because it's also the finale of the show within the show.
Right, which means that it's also... That's the episode where it's like, do we destroy Earth? That's the stakes of the show, is does Earth get destroyed?
Does Earth get destroyed?
Andy's finale 5. Andy, are you good with this? Or I don't want to talk over you here. Does that make sense? Like, yes, that is bigger than do we win the big game?
Yes, yeah.
Totally. Okay. So then that episode is 3. Okay, that means that Keith is a 2 on that one, and that Art is a 1 on that finale?
Yeah.
Unless you want that to be your 2 also.
Nope.
Because you want your 2 to be 3. You want your 2 to line up with... This is a great radio, folks. I know.
Yeah.
But you want your...
We should probably... I want my 2 to be here.
Wait.
You're right about where I want my 2 to be.
Okay.
Here's a quick... Should we, instead of saying 1, 2, 3, should we start saying, like, using different words for that?
Yes.
So it's not like 3 on 2 and 1 on 4?
Like A plot, B plot... Not A plot.
We could do ABC. We could do, like
lead,
most, least,
and middle.
And middle.
Yes. So right now, Keith's is done. So episode 1, everybody has middle screen time. Screen presence. Then Keith has lowest screen presence on 2, highest on 3, lowest on episode 4, and then middle again on the finale, on the 5th episode.
That looks great to me.
That looks great. That looks like a TV show to me.
Yeah.
Art,
I'm seeing dollar signs.
Art, which one then is your high level screen presence?
4.
Okay.
We wrap the baseball plot in 4, and then 5 is
the aliens plot.
The alien plot.
Okay.
And then so I'm also 1 on 2.
You're 1 on 5 and 1 on 2. You're lowest on the 2nd episode and the 5th episode.
We are making a very odd episode 2 because that's also going to be it's 2 1s and a 2.
Let me just mark myself as 1 for episode 2 real quick.
Wait, are you? Oh, no, that would be.
I'm joking.
The thing is, that would be fine because that would be effectively also an episode where no one has more importance and we're still doing a team-based thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. No,
that's not.
Everyone at 1 is going to be very tricky when we get to how we do things.
Oh, you're right, because the resolution ends up being that'll be a big loss episode for y'all.
Yeah, it's going to be like, well, we're going to play for 3 hours and everyone's going to fail every skill check essentially.
Right. So yeah, instead we could do a 2. We could do 2-2. 1-1-5, right? We could do middle, low 5.
For who?
For Andy. Andy's the only one who has these open at this point, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these are futzable with.
Yes.
But yes, 3 does feel like a 1 for Andy just because of how that's going to work.
Because that's the episode in which we will be focused mostly on baseball.
Yeah. And that's that's also the halfway point of like the direction that we've been going with the TV show is now it's too far to turn back. This has to be what we're doing, and it has to be good enough to save the planet. So
right, exactly. It's
the least sure.
Right.
Of Andy's issue.
But yeah, so Andy logically gets to 2-2-1-1-3.
2-2-1-1-3.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Cool. This is a weird thing. I like it a lot.
I wish we had one more player would I think make this sing a little more.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll 3 and 2.
Maybe we'll shoot the pilot and then be like, oh, we need another player, and bring in another player. That's like
need to bring in. We did our first season, and now we have to bring in Danny DeVito to spice up our.
Danny DeVito is Jack to hell.
Yeah, good. Perfect. Ideal.
He's so jacked. He can't be anything but an alien.
Oh, God. It's amazing. All right, so we have a little bit more to do, and then we will be done. Traits. Traits define what's special about a protagonist. Some protagonists are known for their strengths, some for their skills, some for their pets. You create traits that apply to the kind of protagonist you want to play. Some examples are included on the next page. Traits aren't rated by scores. Protagonists either have them or they don't. Traits may be as broad or as narrow as you like, but the other players have to approve them. For example, communes with the spirits may be an acceptable trait for a show that directly involves the supernatural, but it might not fit well in a gritty detective drama. Except
that it fits really well.
It fits so well. During an episode, you can use your traits to get extra cards, improving the chances for your protagonists to influence the outcome of a scene. Kinds of traits. Protagonists have 2 types of traits detailed on the following pages. Edges, which are what you can do, and connections, which are important relationships. Create traits Create
traits.
traits for the protagonist as a group. It's much easier to come up with good ideas if you have a little help. Don't hesitate to write down your own ideas first if you have any. For each protagonist, first create one edge and one connection, then create one more that can be for either type. So you'll see here you have edges and you have connections. So you're going to have 2 of one and 1 of the other. Edges are a kind of package of abilities, which can include skill, privilege, knowledge, networking. Contrary to the name, edges can also include flaws or weaknesses. They're best presented with a story behind them, something that makes the character distinctive. For example, instead of strong, try something like bodybuilder. The latter implies a membership at a gym, subscriptions to related magazines, and a circle of fellow enthusiasts. Their example edges are things like retired intelligence agent, or parent, or control freak, or student athlete, or activist. And you can see that those sorts of roles open up the possibility of where you could use that trait and say that you have something extra there to draw on. But that can totally be your role also, right? So art, I think yeah, veteran ball player or player coach would both fit there.
Sure.
I almost want to say player coach gives you a little bit more, because then I can see you using it for your coaching too. But at the same time, maybe the fact that you don't have coach as an edge is more interesting, because then you have to relate it to your actual play and not your ability as a talker, and a supportive.
Well, there's something about being a veteran ball player that would help in certain coaching situations. I'm kind of trying to limit my coaching ability.
Yes, I like that a lot.
Things that I'm not great at the double switch or the infield shift, but I am just throw it there.
Right. Or how to you can read when the other team is doing something. I don't know, is that how baseball coaching works at all, but I don't know enough about baseball tactics at all. I should learn about those.
I think that you're not
really
supposed to try and figure out
decade.
other teams' signs. I think that
I didn't mean signs. I meant play styles. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, sure.
But that's why I realized I don't know anything about outfield strategy. I don't know how to
By the way,
counter.
how much more interesting of an intrigue element would that teams get to try to figure out each other's signs? That would add a really cool element, I think, to
have
baseball.
Cryptologists just attached to every team would be great. And your connection is Ches, is terrible Uncle Ches, motel owner and landlord. Do you have a third one?
Working on it.
Okay. Anybody else have these to talk about right now? Edges and connections. Some connection things. I'll read the section on connections too, just so we can. Characters on TV shows have relationships with other people on the show, and those relationships often have a significant effect on the things that happen. Your protagonist might have been a best friend, or an ex-lover, or an ever-present yet annoying neighbor, and how he or she feels about them will influence the protagonist's decision. It will even influence how those decisions turn out. These relationships are referred to as connections. While edges can be used to arrange contacts and find allies when a protagonist is in need, connections use the reverse approach. These characters are permanent, or at least semi-permanent, supporting cast members on the show and will make regular appearances. Just like edges, connections should be chosen for maximum storyline potential. Look at a protagonist issue for guidance. Is the protagonist prone to anger? Come up with a connection who provokes that anger, or who is easily hurt by it. If the protagonist is trying to escape their past, choose a connection with ties to that past. The more you have that leads you and the other players towards your protagonist's issue, the better your play experience is going to be. When your connections take part in the scene, the producer will choose their dialogue and actions. When you're thinking about connections, look at the cast list you made earlier. Which characters weren't picked as protagonists? They might make great connections. And so their examples are Dorothy, the protagonist's mother, or Doc, the protagonist's coach, or Jeff, the protagonist's best friend. It just says Jeff here, though, which is really great. Art, you've added team owner. Good. You're really involved with the team ownership, team rivalry, minor league stuff here. I think that's a good idea.
I was thinking for a connection, I might choose either the or both. I don't know. But these are the same thing, so I wouldn't want a connection that does the same thing, I guess. Either the Collins show or the plucky the plucky kid fan, because I think that part of sustaining my spot on the team is getting in good with the fans, even though I'm not very good.
Can we do plucky kid fan who is also Art's kid?
Like
Absolutely.
child?
Yeah. Because I like the notion of unsupportive coach dad whose kid turns to alien foster.
And the kid knows. The kid
knows. And the kid, the kid both needs your support, but also is supportive of you in a way that coach can't be, because coach is unsupportive. I think that would be really fun and good. I think there'd be good sequences there. And also it's like a little tension between you and coach. You know?
Sure, yeah.
But I also like radio column host. I would also love for either you or Andy.
You added a dimension that makes those two different things.
Oh, yes. Yeah, totally. I think you do both of those. What I would love is for you or Andy to hopefully have a connection to the alien side of things. Either the producer, which alien, that might be yours, Andy, the back at home producer, or the rival team, you know?
Yeah, well, Keith wrote down for the character cast list ideas the tough alien show running boss.
Yeah,
I think could fit.
Totally. I think that's totally one of yours. So yeah, put that one down under connections. And then again, that could be it. You could have two edges. That's the other thing. Keith and Andy, I both need at least one edge from each of you.
Edge. Well, I think that my edge is that I'm the finding stuff guy.
So what is that? Is that TV show host? Is that urban explorer? Is that
I think it's
anthropologist? What was your role?
In my head it's I'm small, I could get into places.
Oh, so you're talking about a physical
physically finding.
Interesting. Okay.
I've got a nose for the.
Is your nose different? Is your nose also small but can get big?
I was being metaphorical, but sure.
Also sure.
Yeah, I can smell ephemera.
Great. Has a nose for findings. I think there's a way to write that, but I think again, let's be broad here and say that I want to make sure that it isn't you can only use those things when you're small and can get places, but it should also include you're small and can get places, right?
Yeah, I think the way to do that is just saying oh, he's the guy that has the skills for doing this part, which implies both is physically apt at going and getting them, right, because I'm small, but also has that sensibility.
Right. I just wish we had a one good word for this thing.
Yeah. Best picker.
Best picker isn't bad. Do you know that urban exploration is sometimes shortened as urbexing?
Urbex sounds like what you use to get coffee stains out of something.
Yeah, you gotta get that urbex out. Urbex is my least favorite Friends of the Table villain.
I will brainstorm on what to call.
Yeah, but can you write down just the long version of it here for edges for now?
Yeah.
Andy, so you again, showrunner, boss alien is connection 1.
Yeah, I was also gonna. I don't know how to spell his name, but I was gonna put Jack to Hell as my other connection.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
I think he should be a connection in there too.
Yeah.
JAKT''HEL.
Yeah, I'll let you write it. Yeah, go for it.
And then for Edge, I was thinking they'd be kind of a nerd. They're good with all the equipment and stuff, and that's why they're here, is because they're kind of a nerd, and they are into, maybe they're into human stuff because of that.
Pop culture?
Yeah.
Do they cosplay? I mean, yes, they're a mascot. So.
Yeah.
So they're AV nerd plus they can craft stuff. They're craftsy.
Yeah. Should I just put cosplayer?
You should put again. I think we should go broader than that because I want you to be able to both be in the cosplay contest and also do the AV for it. You know, I want you to be able to play the Utena theme song when your character comes out. Also,
oh my god.
But I think I think really broad pop culture nerd or like nerd is probably fine.
I'll just put nerd.
Put down nerd. And then so nerd and then Jack to hell.
And then I have another edge idea.
Oh, so you only get you get
two connections.
It's 3 things total. It's either
that's fine because this one was mostly a joke. I was gonna just write cryptid.
Okay. That's just in your character already for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think is that everything? Yeah, I think that's everything on that side. So 2 more things I think, and then we're done. One is Nemesis. And I think we've already figured out that Nemesis is the.
It's Ches.
Oh wait, is the Nemesis Ches or is the Nemesis?
No. The Nemesis is the other
team.
Yeah,
Ches is your personal nemesis.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, I thought the Nemesis was the rival team that's trying to prove that Earth is worthy of being.
So that's
destroyed.
a question, right? That is, I think that both of those things are bad, and I don't know which is the Nemesis.
Well, we don't have to have a Nemesis, so we can also
just have no Nemesis. Play. Yeah, totally.
So my pitch for it being the rival team is that if we get found out because we were scouted by the scout, the worst thing that happens is that we got found out. If we lose to the other team, the whole world blows up.
Right.
But like, we're not. I don't know that I'm as interested in the show about the world not being blown up as I am about the little struggles
of the day to day. Like the season has to end on does the world blow up, but that doesn't mean that that's why people tune in every week. Okay. Is this a show that like, oh yeah, they're on an A-plot episode, shrug, versus like, did you see that episode where Llewellyn and the whatever the host's name is got to meet the barbecue chef? I really want some barbecue. Let's sleep on Nemesis then. I think either of those makes sense, but like once I have a better idea of what this first session is going to look like, I think we'll be in a better place with it, you know?
Yeah.
And also like fill out the supporting cast sheet and all that other stuff. So, all right. So last thing is sets. While the scenes of a show aren't limited to predefined sets, it can be useful for the group to agree upon certain locations where things take place. In play, sets help frame a scene and give the group a foundation to work from. Over time, sets accumulate details that players can use during the game to enhance that sort of immersed feeling and develop continuity. For example, in Season 2 of Gilmore Girls, Luke makes Lorelai is this a chupa? What is a
I think it's a huppa.
Chuppah.
Huppa, says Google.
Chuppah.
Okay. Thank you, Art, for having that covered. A chuppah for a wedding that she doesn't go through with, but in later seasons you can still see it sitting out in her yard. The nice thing about this is it might trigger memories for the fans who've seen multiple seasons of the show. Hey, that's right, he built that for her, and didn't they almost get together? I wonder if they're ever going to hook up, ... The producer will ask everyone to write down a few ideas for sets and locations or scenes would frequently take place. So yeah, let's hop back over here real quick to the doc. Cast and set list, and let's just start tossing out. We can just do this in conversation. We don't need to do the whole big list thing, but set ideas.
Like the locker room, the dugout,
the motel that they live at.
The coach's my character's house.
Coach's house. Production van.
Absolutely.
Concession stand.
Sure.
/ like stadium.
Yeah, stadium as a whole.
Stadium, you know, yeah.
Well, like you don't get too broad for stadium because there are a lot of fun. Like concession stand is fun.
True,
the third row of the stands, you know, like
right.
the bullpen. You know, there's a lot of like fun little baseball things we can have.
Point. Yeah, true.
I mean, then the pitcher's mound probably because Keith's character's a pitcher, right? Or did I mishear something?
I think both me and Keith are pitchers.
I never said I was a pitcher.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from.
Pitcher came up at some point, but still probably worth putting down.
Yeah, I also just gonna write pitcher's mound / field. Like the field where the play happens is an important set. Some sort of communications room or something Like, how do you
a bunch of
communicate?
alien stuff.
Yeah, communication room. I mean, it's just like, actually, like, besides motel, like, that should also include, like, their apartment or, like, their motel room, but also, like, Chez's front desk, other motel things.
Chez doesn't know the alien thing, right?
No.
Do we have an old spaceship that we came?
That's a good question. Yes,
because that could be good.
Destroyed spaceship, or not destroyed, but like
kind of run down,
parked or hidden
spaceship. Yeah. Where's it hidden?
In the parking garage at the stadium.
Yep. Okay.
It's like in the bottom basement. It's not even hidden. They just don't get enough people that anyone's ever parked on that level.
It's just got a tarp covering it,
Yep.
How big is the tarp and what did it cost?
A lot of money. But they're from the future and they can afford it. All right. So then here's one: personal sets. Locations on TV shows are often closely tied to a specific character. The set might be a character's office or home. It might be their favorite hangout. It might even be a place in the character's imagination. In Primetime Adventures, protagonists have personal sets which help them develop into more complex characters. Creating a scene that takes place on a protagonist's personal set allows that player to reuse a trait that had previously been used during an episode. So the way those traits work is once per episode, you can kind of call on them to get an extra card during resolution. And so in this case, it's like, oh, well, if I'm in my personal set, I can use my most suited to antiquing both in body and attitude edge again a second time. Or Andy, you can use your nerd edge a second time. So, personal sets can also be shared by one, more, or even all of the protagonists. The whole point is to create an environment that gives the audience cues about something important going on. When a player brings in their personal set, everyone else in the game goes, oh, we need to focus on character development right now. So, any ideas for your personal sets? And this
Small
is
Atlantis.
We're not going to go Small Atlantis. Okay.
I think my character probably has an office.
Yeah, coach's office.
Yeah, coach's office.
All right. You want to write that down?
With some, memorabilia.
On the sheet, that is. I got it. I'm right here. Coach's...
I was on the Google Doc.
Office. Boom.
I do like the idea of my character, setting up their, editing suite in, the basement of the coach's house.
Oh, well, you have to go to the coach's house for it, though?
Yeah, it's like, well, we can't keep the shit at the motel. Chez will steal it.
Sure, and it does it brings some family, some family drama. I didn't put a family member as a connection, but the coach's family should be a part of the show. I know Keith took one of them, but
I mean that's why I suggested that was so that character would exist and we'd force.
Yeah, no, totally, yeah.
So video.
You can have your kid back if you want.
No, you should have the kid, but I didn't take a romantic partner because I didn't feel like it fit the drama.
Right.
But that character still needs to exist, you know?
Yes.
Just because it's not what the show is about.
Is your basement finished or nah?
I think it's half finished. There's a pool table, an easy chair, and studs.
Gotcha. Good. Cool. Not even room. Video editing desk.
Carpet?
Some carpet? No carpet. Okay. All right.
Area rug or just concrete foundation?
Concrete.
Jeez. Fun. All right. So personal.
We were working on finishing the basement when my major league career stopped working out and
now
a bunch of aliens showed up.
No, I think there's a time skip there. I think there's probably a couple of years in there.
Gotcha. All right. Personal set, Keith.
Boy, this one's. I've been thinking about this one. I don't have anything yet.
Okay. Suggestions. The field can be a good personal set. Or the batting cages could be a good one.
I like dugout.
I like the dugout. Dugout's good.
I like the dugout.
Well, the dugout's very broad. Everyone needs to be able to be in the dugout.
Totally. True.
Every scene in the dugout can't be about Keith, you know?
Right. Which should signal something that whenever we're in the dugout, it's about this very small alien who wears a suit to stretch themselves out and is too unused to their new large body to play well. So
I have an idea.
Sure.
Which is you know how important sports players have more than one locker? They get like a few lockers
Do
in a
they?
row.
Oh, do I have a locker that I go into?
No, like
That's funny.
why would you go into it? You don't have to.
Because I'm so small.
Well, I mean, you could, but like, yeah, you'd be inside the locker. But it's also just like you have this area of the locker room that's like your area, and so like that's a different shot than like the locker. There's like the locker room shot, which is like a bunch of lockers. The showers are over there, this and this, and then there's Keith's locker shot, which is like a corner, which is all just his stuff.
I love it, except that Keith is bad at baseball.
Yeah, so they don't give me the here. I do what
But
I do like is the
team,
end of.
You're the alien team leader. That's why you have.
How do
Oh,
you
okay.
explain that to the rest of the team?
Yeah, good point. Oh, yeah, because there's like twice as many non-aliens.
Yeah, here's another question. Does the whole team know? No, right?
No, only the coach and the son.
Okay.
Wait, what about young baseball player wants to be alien? I like that.
Oh, yeah, he knows.
He knows.
I like End of Men in Black 2, aliens in a locker. I'm at my locker. I have like it's my home away from home. I have a couch, a little couch.
Wait, so you're real little.
Yeah, really little.
You're like really little.
Really like hanging out in a locker little. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It is so bizarre to be huge.
You're like a little hand.
I'm like a little hand. Yeah,
Okay. Wow, you get stretched pretty far, huh?
I
How does
know.
it stretch your head out? Or is the whole body a suit?
I think that the suit is a technology that causes the body to stretch.
Gotcha.
You have a flesh mech. Oh, okay.
Okay.
How's the body to stretch? Never mind.
Uh-huh. Alright, so yeah, I like weird locker room bedroom, weird locker room locker-based, weird room inside of a locker.
I gotta be careful getting in there too, because it's like,
Hey, where did Keith go?
where did Keith go? I saw him a second ago in the locker room.
Uh-huh. Good. I like this because I'm already imagine the coach knocking on the locker. Keith, come on.
Yeah, that's my human name, by the way. I haven't figured out my alien name, but my
Okay,
human
but your
name is
human name
Keith.
is just Keith. Great. All right. So the thing that we have to figure out now, or like before the next episode is, at this point you have everything you need in order to create your first episode. You just need to know how it starts. For that, you'll need 1, the event or situation that starts off the series. 2, some organized backstory so you understand what's happening when the series begins. The event. Most TV series begin with a change in the characters' lives. They've moved to a new place, they've just lost something or someone important, or they found something new. Whatever it is that starts your series, it should signify a beginning for the protagonist as well as the show itself. If the series is about superheroes, the beginning might explore how they acquired their superpowers. If it's about police officers, maybe it's their first day on the job. How will your series begin? When you start an episode, you'll also either have previous material from a previous episode, or you'll for the pilot episode, you need to agree on some stuff that just happened to help get you going. When you start the game, the producer will provide a quick teaser that draws from this information. So we need to figure out like what the premise of the first episode is. I think it's the first episode of the TV show, probably. Like of the mockumentary, or of the in mockumentary reality TV show.
Sure.
It's like the pilot for that you have to get picked up so that you can do your job. If that doesn't get picked up, then the whole premise doesn't work, because then you can't keep access to this group to like being able to travel around the country and investigate Earth, you know? That's what I'm going to set up as like the event is like, you've all gotten into the baseball team already, but now you've pitched this to local sponsors or whatever, and you need to go shoot the first episode of whatever the name of the TV show inside of the TV show is. Does that make sense? I'm asking, like, or just something like a better like kickoff event, because I'll listen to whatever. I like it. Okay, or we can come. We have time. We have time because we're not going to shoot this right now. Because the other thing is we just need to come up with whatever the lead in is in terms of like, what is my, I just need a little more, I think I have enough to do the teaser, the kind of first scene of the episode, the kind of like cold open, basically. I think we'll be good. So I think that's going to do it for today. We've gone for 2.5 hours. I do not have another 3 hours in me to then play this game right now, but The next live at the table will be actually in a couple of days, and Janine, Dre, and I are going to finish. Janine, Dre, Jack, and I are going to finish Fall of Magic. Hopefully, finish it. I don't think we have that much left. But then in the next month, we'll come back and we'll do a. So February, actually, we will do our first full episode of Primetime Adventures and Aliens in the Outfield, or whatever we end up calling this thing.
God.
Uh-huh. It's great. And we'll have full character names and stuff by then. It'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. That's going to do it for us today. I'm again looking to do a big sign off, but that's not normally what we do. So let's just go to time.
Remember, you can listen to us on your Google Home or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. We should do a clap. Thanks for supporting the show. That's the thing I'll actually say is thank you again for supporting the show. I'm very excited to record this. This will be good. You want to clap at 15?
15?
Yeah.
Sure.
That sounded good to me.
Just want to say Happy Data Privacy Day also to everyone.
Is that today?
That's what it says on time.is.
Tell Google Home Happy Data Privacy.
Hey, Google, tell me about Data Privacy Day.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Bye.
Bye.